Welcome to the live edition of the Miami Heat Beat Podcast, Draft Night Edition. I'm your host, Giancarlo Navas, and with me today, on the bottom left of your screen, live on twitch.tv/MIAHeatBeat, is producer and co-founder Brian Goins.
This is Hawks Beat now, remember?
Yeah, we are Hawks Beat. We are from. If you were here on our last draft show, you know the joke. On the left of me is our statistician and professional Photoshopper, Christian Hernandez.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
To the bottom, we have our 2K coach, Franky. Franky, you are muted. Way to go. Way to start the show. Way to start
That's why I don't get a last name.
Our cornerstone draft coverage with Franky not... thank you. Oh, by the way, thank you, Eric the Great. 539 for the Prime sub. We really appreciate it out here on Miami Heat Beat. So we are doing a live draft show, taking you from now until whenever the Heat pick. If they move back, we will last till then. Some people in the chat are asking, where's Nekias and where's Alex? They're going to be coming and going. We have a fluid situation. We have a lot of coverage tonight. Nekias is going to come in around closer to when the Heat make the pick. So Nekias is a busy man. He will give analysis later, and we will welcome in more guests. Right now, Cleveland Cavaliers are picking 5th. They're picking Isaac Okoro in the draft. So we're at the 5th pick already. So we're moving. Heat are at 20, so we have a ways to go.
Hawks just made a pick.
Who'd they pick, Ryan?
G, you got to say this name. No, G,
yeah.
you got to say this name.
I'm scared. I'm very scared. Who
This
are
is
they?
going
Who
to
they pick?
Stugatz the hell out of you.
Oh, my God. Oh, no, I know his name. Oh, Onyeka. Is that an Enye? Onyeka?
Yeah.
Okongu.
Oh.
Was that
Is
good?
that-
I feel like that was pretty good.
That is the shocker of the night.
Well, because, like, the vowels kind of look like they function like Japanese vowels. So, and, like, Onyeka. Like, I'm probably saying that with too much of an Enye, but, you know, Okongu.
Like Kiara
you know,
Lewis.
Yeah, Kira. Kira Lewis. Listen, I fixed it.
You turned Kira to Kiara.
I've back Kira to Kiara. Listen, on the bottom you have our draft ticker. That is our big board.
You misspelled Malachi Flynn, and then you combined his name with Aaron Smith. So
I did.
like
Oh my God! See,
Malachi
like, I've never
with
done the
Aaron
ticker
Smith.
before. So if you're watching us on Twitch, or if you're on YouTube watching this VOD, we have a ticker with our big board. We have our live setup that we love, and we're gonna bring this into next season for all the games. And if you've been with us during our playoff coverage, you know. So a couple interesting things have happened before. Listen, we tried. This is what we get for making me spell stuff. We know how that works. Kind of looking at the events of the day, Christian, I think the funniest thing that happened was the Bucks thought they had Bogdanovic, and then now they don't have Bogdanovic because so kind of the backstory on that is that there was a sign and trade with Sacramento and the Bucks sending Dante DiVincenzo and stuff in exchange for Bogdanovic, who was signed and trade. Now Bogdanovic is going to be a restricted free agent. So from what I understand, a lot of executives were not very happy about that. It's very clearly tampering, right? You can't sign and agree to, you don't sign and trade. Like, you got to agree to where you're going. Like, there's a lot of things that happen with a sign and trade that, technically teams are not allowed to do yet. So he got traded. We all assumed it was done. And then today there was a report that from Bogdanovic's agent that, well, wait a second. We didn't agree to get sent anywhere. So my initial reaction to that, Christian, was, well, they're clearly backpedaling on tampering. But Sam Amick's reporting and other people reporting he's going to hit restricted free agency.
All I can say is that if they were really off the face of the earth for the last 2 days to the point that they did not realize what had happened, I want their lives. Because I want to be that disconnected. Like, that's honestly I don't believe it. So that's why it's like I agree with you that I think that this is like backpedaling on their part, that they probably jumped the gun before they were supposed to have these deals supposedly made. And yeah, I think this might be the fallout of that. I would love to know what Giannis is thinking right now watching all this happen.
I mean, I don't know how mad you can get at the organization because, like, he's probably been 100% in on these discussions. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, he's not surprised that the Bucks tampered. They just kind of got caught because the rest of the league got really mad at them. You know what I mean? It's like, this is not surprising.
I find it funny that the rest of the league was like, Miami can tamper, LA can tamper, not you, Milwaukee. You're one of us.
The fucking line
Who do you think you are, Milwaukee?
One of us.
How
one
dare
of us.
you?
My favorite part of that whole thing that happened was Heat fans were getting mad at the Bucks for tampering. And I was like, what the hell do you think we've been doing for years? Like, everybody in the league tampers. It's honestly like a ridiculous rule. It's a stupid rule, and it's going to cost the Bucks. I mean, if that ends up costing the Bucks Giannis, it's kind of funny and poetic. It's like the one time they got a guy to agree to come there via sign and trade, it just gets completely nixed. That's good for the Heat, though. I mean, there's a lot of Gallinari talk now to Atlanta. There's some sign and trade talk with Gallinari to Dallas, right? The Miami chatter is not really that strong. Which is not good. I mean, he's been the number one guy.
Think about it this way. Miami's, besides the local market, usually national media doesn't have anything on Miami until a deal is actually made. So you're not going to hear anything is boiling or happening for probably until a deal is actually made. So I wouldn't put too much weight on that. I think we all know that Miami has interest in Gallinari. It's just a matter of getting the details, down, whether or not he's going to get the years that Miami's kind of unwilling to give him. And then obviously the draft compensation it's going to take to do a sign and trade, because I don't think he's going to come here for the mid-level at this point.
Who, Gallinari?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, Miami can still facilitate a sign and trade. Now, Oklahoma City, there was something interesting that happened today. So Oklahoma City is taking Al Horford's weird contract, and they're sending over Danny Green, which they got from the Lakers, over to Philadelphia.
Yeah, also Terrence Ferguson's in that deal too.
Yeah, Terrence Ferguson. So it's stuff going around. So I guess the important thing to note with that is that it was reported today that Oklahoma City is going to work the deal so that it could keep Gallinari's cap hold, which would mean that he is eligible, that they're trying to sign and trade him. That's what that would tell me. So the ways that they can do that is that Danny Green deal, they can kind of make that a 3-team deal with the Lakers. Brian probably would know more about the cap machinations. That stuff's boring. But all you need to know is that Gallo is in play for a sign and trade, whether that be the Heat or not. I think the Heat are far enough away from the tax apron. It's at like $139 million, and they're a ways below that. I mean, they're $50 million under the salary cap tax, and they're not going to be making a ton of signings. They're going to sign their own guys, and they're probably going to get like 1 or 2 guys. So I think the Heat can facilitate a sign and trade if they want. So that's not completely out of play.
They can, and we already know that Kelly Olynyk has opted in. So
yeah, that was the other news of the day. Kelly Olynyk opted into his $12.5 million contract, and the Heat also guaranteed Kendrick Nunn and Duncan Robinson's contract, which I think is pretty obvious. I think we all expected that to happen. I mean, things are kind of going according to plan in general. I mean, the Bucks thing, I think, was a really good break for the Heat because, obviously you don't want to play him. That makes Milwaukee really good, a lot better than they were before. So, Christian, what are you smiling at?
I mean, you were talking about things going to plan, and I can already see. I follow there are a few pretty good people like in Nick's Twitter, and I can see them already preparing for the worst of what's about to happen to them. And like, there's been links that they were looking up at one point about trading up for Obi Toppin. So if they end up taking him, best of luck.
God. So
Obi
the
Toppin
other,
I think Obi Toppin's like Kevin Knox 2.0.
Yeah, I guess
Nick's Twitter does sound awful. Chat, you're so right. Nick's Twitter sounds horrible. Chat's also right. OKC has 32 first-round picks over the next 5 years. I don't even know if that's an accurate figure or not, but it sounds about right.
It's 18, but it's pretty close, and they're trying to move Kelly Oubre right now for a first-round pick. And on top of that, it looks they might be trading Ricky Rubio back to Minnesota for picks.
That's too many picks. At what point is a pick? It's just like you have too many. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with them? Like, are they just gonna package every pick they have for James Harden?
You just
can
trade
they
up.
do that?
You trade up. I mean, it's not like the NFL draft where you can have like 6 picks in each draft and like actually use them and field the team. You gotta somehow like just package them and try to move up as much as you can, which is I think what they're trying to do. It looks like they're targeting Aaron Nesmith is a guy that they actually want to try to get, and they're trying to jump ahead of. Go ahead.
Chat's asking about Kelly Oubre. He'd be a good fit on the Heat. I mean, decent shooter.
I like him.
Defender.
I don't know if he would he start right now.
I don't think he fills the holes that the Heat really have.
He's not big enough to be a 4.
And that's the only reason why I don't think that's just a great fit at this point. Like, unless maybe the roster shakes up a little bit. I'm not sure.
I'd rather have Gallo. I mean, that's the guy we want.
Whoa, GSPN. New York has long been excited that Dayton's Obi Toppin might be dropping to them at number 8. Sources tell ESPN. He's almost there. These Woj tweets are getting out of control.
My favorite was the Zach Lowe one from earlier, where Woj had a tweet about the 3rd pick, and like he's just using every adjective except they have picked, and then Zach Lowe goes, "I want the laser," because Woj once said they're lasering in. Some team is lasering in on a pick.
Charlotte is focused. He goes, "Bring me the laser," and then Woj goes, "Stop it."
That was hilarious.
Our chat's asking about the Nunn news that was reported about 30-40 minutes ago from Lath and Clutch. What's his actual name again? Is it Adam?
Clutch is enough.
Just Clutch?
Clutch is enough. Everybody knows him as Clutch NBA. Yo, that guy's a homie, man. That guy's awesome. Shout out to Clutch.
So their report is that the Heat have informed Kendrick Nunn that he may be moved tonight.
Yeah, so Let's go, babe. I mean, I shouldn't be too happy. Should I be that happy publicly that I'm like, let's go, babe? Listen, I'm not a fan of Kendrick Nunn. I've long been done with Kendrick Nunn for a while. I think that
Speaking of Dunn, Chris Dunn would be a nice.
It's surprising. So,
there.
like, we have, and I also want to make fun of the Celtics and the Rockets. We have a lot to get to today. But, you know, if Kendrick Nunn is going to indeed get moved, you know, or if he's told that tonight, that means that the Heat I don't really see that as a trade down kind of thing.
Because
I mean,
that
we
would
reported.
there's a rumor that the Heat are apparently interested in George Hill, so that could be
George Hill, me baby.
Gianni just wants anything. He's just excited. He wants
some traction.
Give me something. I want some
Hold
change.
on, wait a second. Does George Hill not fix a lot of problems that were here?
Well, that's not the only player I'm
does.
thinking of too. I'm not sure if Christian can speak on this, but he did say something in our DMs that was pretty interesting. There's a name from a certain West Coast team that would be pretty interesting.
Did I miss something?
Oh,
Christian can speak on it.
Well, I have been hearing that two of the teams that have been the most active right now in terms of talking with various teams about various deals are the Hawks, who we've already seen have been involved with a lot of players, and the Clippers. Because obviously we can't forget that the Clippers just came off it was an embarrassing, off-season finish. And there's been talks about them, considering shaking up the roster, even possibly considering offers for Paul George, which I've been told has not been completely ruled out. I do not think that we're going to see a Paul George trade in any of the coming days, but I think it's something that is definitely weighing on them, especially since it was just a big shake-up in their front office. But the guy that I heard that might be linked to the Heat, and I'm not sure exactly how he would be right now, although his contract is small, so it would be feasible, is Landry Shamet, who would be a really great fit for what the Heat need right now because he's a solid defender and he's a really good three-point shooter, and that kind of 3-and-D mold is something that the Heat could use at the guard position, especially in a season like this where depth is really important.
I'm in on Shamet. I'm in on Shamet. I think he helps a lot of what Miami needs, like you said. I think if especially if the price is reasonable, it's something that you like for them. It's one, I think, and I've said before on this podcast, I think the biggest position I need, I think the point guard stuff is more of a regular season thing. You need a guy to throw out there for 72 games to survive, right? They need to survive these regular season point guards because in the playoffs, I think they've largely been able to solve that stuff, being very smart, very aggressive, lots of they're schematically in the playoffs. They were incredible, against Kemba Walker and stuff, but I don't see that as a long-term, season-long thing. That's exhausting. I mean, they played this frantic fucking defense that, you can't ask Bam and these guys to start switching and trapping and do all this stuff all the time. Thank you, by the way, Curtis is Hero, for the Prime sub. Shout out to Kiva. So you want that, for the long haul of the regular season. And he's a guy that, while not the greatest in the playoffs, he can still give you minutes, especially from depth issues, Franky.
Oh yeah, he was used a lot in LA as a ball handler too. So he's developed a little bit of pick and roll game. He shows flashes as a passer, solid decision maker. He's a smart player. He plays hard, and he's got good size. He's 6'4", 6'5". So you can slot him in as a 2 guard. He can play a little bit of the 1, and he fits in perfectly if Miami's able to find a good deal for him. And it's those are the kind of guys that Miami needs to target, especially when they're linked with deals for star players that they would need to include their best shooters. And I love getting young guys because you'll be able to have a small cap hold, and when you really want the flexibility with free agency, you need to fill in those roster spots. And you look at Milwaukee and having to fill in five rotation spots with second rounders and minimum players, it's hard to do. So as many cheap options that can play as possible.
I just want to hop in here because Woj is just on fire with tipping these picks. Few had expected that Denny Avdija would be available for Washington at number 9, but it appears he could make it past the next 2 them. He's been high on the Wizards board per sources.
Woj is in rare form tonight. Just
I mean,
rare form
he's
from Woj.
pulling out the whole bag of tricks. I cannot wait to see what he's got by the time we get to pick 20.
Shams says that New York is taking Obi Toppin with number 8.
Yep.
So Shams is already there with that.
No, Woj had that like 2 minutes ago.
Oh really? Oh,
it's hard to keep up. I know it's all happening very fast. You got to understand.
Woj kicking Shams' ass tonight.
Yeah, he's kicking both
now.
Shams and the actual draft coverage. I don't even know why I have like the ESPN screen open still. I really.
Shams
Pocky
just
Sticks, thank you for the prime
8,
sub.
And Woj is already getting ready for 10. That's where we're at.
I mean, Woj's gonna have to pick 20 any second now.
it.
Brian, by the way, once they get to pick 12, start letting Nekias and Alex know so we can get him in here. So we can expand.
Now,
our
is
draft.
that 12 when Woj is on 12 or 12 when the
broadcast is on 12?
When the broadcast is on 12. Okay,
Where
yeah,
is the
because
broadcast
by
on?
then Woj will be
The
on.
broadcast is on
16
8.
or
The
something.
broadcast is
That's
on
safe.
8.
That's safe.
Okay. Let's make fun. Who do you guys want to make fun of, the Celtics or the Rockets first?
We got a lot of time, so let's pace ourselves.
Let's start with the Rockets, because Tillman Fertitta is a broke boy. Let's. I saw a funny tweet, and it's like when the revolution comes and we're out there in the street saying "Eat the rich," Tillman Fertitta is gonna be right next to us with a fork and a knife. His ass is fucking broke.
Oh my god.
He had a highly complicated
delicious,
salary dump.
doesn't he? Fertitta?
He had a highly complicated salary dump in which he bought a second-round pick for like almost $5 million, which is essentially just salary dumping Ariza and buying out some of his contract without buying out all of it. It's incredible.
I'm with you. I was going to call you Alex. We got so many Alexes now. Christian, I'm with you, Christian. Fertitta sounds like a delicious Mediterranean dish.
It sounds like something on the Taco Bell, like what is it? Their fourth meal menu or whatever it is that they do.
Limited time.
We
got
fertitta. Like I would eat the shit out of a fertitta. I'll tell you that much right
now. Yasmin from This Is the Dime tweeted out, Woj tweets like T.I. talks. That's
terrible.
The whole Ariza hating the Rockets was really funny, and then they traded for him, and then they just completely fire sailed everything. It was just funny because you thought that they started becoming into asset acquisition mode with the Robert Covington trade, but nope, it's just saving money. That's done. That's done there. James Harden is going to be somewhere else. It's like that's a sinking ship.
I saw a tweet that the Rockets are prepared to play hardball. It's probably a leverage thing at that point, but
I believe it.
Like the way they gave away Ariza, not Ariza,
Covington,
Robert Covington.
Yeah, Rocco for Ariza. Man, like it just looks like they're blowing it up. They're ready to blow it up. And the Westbrook for Wall talk, man, like that's such a steal for Washington. I don't even like Westbrook, but you're getting Wall coming off an Achilles injury that he hasn't played, and you're gonna get Westbrook, who's a all-star level player. Like, come on, that's not even a discussion.
I mean, you pair him with, and if they really want to keep Bradley Beal, I mean that would be the move. You know. By the way, these draft parties, way too many people at them. I'm concerned. I have a lot of COVID concern. There's a lot of fucking people at these draft parties, and I was like, God damn! I was like, are y'all safe? Are things okay? Like, God. I also, so if Houston ends up having to move Harden and Westbrook or whatever, I mean, people have said that the Nets thing is pretty imminent, but I want Heat fans to know that, you know, in the NBA, you know, things change real fast from one year to the next. It was only 2 years ago that the Rockets were pretty much a game away from the Western Conference Finals, beating Golden State, and they would have probably handily beaten Portland and probably beaten you know what I mean? Like, and they would play the Raptors. Like, things change so quickly in this league that we don't know what's going to happen next year. So that's a situation to monitor. Portland, like, there's a lot of, you know, Damian Lillard's already locked into 5 years in that Supermax that kicks in next season. If they don't make the playoffs and he's unhappy, you know, you never know what happens. Portland wants to move off that contract.
He got the Supermax. I think he's all right.
Kristen, I thought it was you that you asked, like, how many guys that signed the Supermax have worked out? Was it you that asked that in the chat the other day?
I think if you asked them if it worked out, I think 100% of them would say it worked out.
No, for the teams though.
Oh, who gives a fuck about the teams?
No, but that's what I mean. But I mean, if you're trading for
Oh
one of those
no,
guys.
oh, but okay, fine. If we're actually gonna have this conversation, it's a really bad proposition. I think. I mean, there are some statisticians that put out like long-term models, based off, usually based off certain metrics and things like that. And it's very clear that I completely forgot where I was going with this.
The statistician's very clear. The worth of the contract. Way to go, Christian.
I really wasn't prepared to go into contract talk for this. I honestly don't know anything about any of these players. I love not having an opinion because there's no.
I think part of it is that by the time you're eligible for the Supermax, to that level where you're James.
Oh,
Harden,
right. It was the
Westbrook.
probabilities of Supermax working out. Yeah, the point is that statisticians think it's a super bad idea. Like right off the jump, giving Stephen Curry, a generational type player, a Supermax contract. There's like a 1 in 4 chance that you're going to get your value back.
Yeah,
about that.
And for Curry, paying him back for being underpaid all those years and winning all those rings. But it's also by the time you're eligible for the Supermax at that level of the portion of the cap, you're 10 years into your career, you're more susceptible to injury. And you look at Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, all these guys that you get those miles on them, John Wall, get those miles on them, and any little thing could mess up their career, and cut their prime short.
So chat's asking like odds that Cole Anthony lasts until 20.
Probably pretty
I
good.
think the chances are going to be pretty good, and I hope that the Heat don't pull that lever. Unless they're, at the same time, what am I going to say?
He's on the big board, Christian. He's on the big board.
He's
on the big board. You see the scroll?
We did this with Tyler Hero. I'm not going to have to sit here and watch Cole Anthony drop 35 in a conference finals game. 37, 100 points. He's going to
No. Keep up the negative energy, because that's what made our last 2 picks work.
But whatever the Heat do tonight, I'm sure it's great. I can't wait. I'm super excited. KZ is basically a rookie next season. Let's not forget this. Eye on the prize, everybody.
KZ's gonna make everyone forget about Giannis.
Brass, our professional Photoshopper and anime lover, is in the chat talking shit. Go to hell. Go to the other stream. He's asking where's Alf. Look at this guy. This guy has jokes in the chat. Look at this. Guys, I'm all in. I'm kind of in on Vernon Carey. Not all in, but I'm pretty in on Vernon Carey.
We should go in order. Franky, who do you want if at 20?
With all the guys, it's Kira Lewis first. I think he's probably going to go earlier, but amongst the guys that really have a good chance, it's Nesmith, Bain, and Smith in that order.
I think Bain's probably gone before then, and so is Naismith.
I think he's probably gonna go to 18 to Dallas, but I'll take Smith over.
Well, that's the thing. One of these guys will probably be available at 20. So
I would love Jalen Smith. He's the guy I want most. You guys really sold me on him. I just have a feeling it's the pick's gonna be Vernon Carey, just judging from the I don't know. That was a very. The Heat don't often. when was the last time the Heat publicly gave a commitment?
That's
to
why I don't trust it completely.
Same.
But at the same time, I guess
in love with the kid.
I guess we'll find out soon enough. Yeah, the Heat are not. Obviously, they have a long history of not saying a fucking thing.
Think about it this way: the Heat were super reluctant to let anybody know that they worked out Duncan Robinson when they wanted to sign him as an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, but he's the one undrafted.
Yeah, the thing, I don't know if they would announce who they're going to pick if they were trying to keep him, on their board at 20. But then again, I really don't know.
I think with the Carey situation, I think announcing that or leaking that is a way for them to, kind of get some trade offers in. So they're like, hey, that guy's going to be available later on.
Franky, what do you think about Devin Vassell if he falls?
Oh, absolutely. That's a no-brainer. I think his shot is fixable. He was a great shooter in college.
I heard that was just him fucking around and shoot around during his workout. It wasn't really him actually shooting.
Somebody said that he was just trying not to land with the Knicks or something. And honestly, I would do the same
Just
thing.
taking workouts.
Yeah, I would do the same thing.
Well,
My
I mean,
shot is fucked.
Leif just tweeted that he was kind of wondering that if Vassal's jumper in those videos might have scared teams away. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say if that was serious.
I think so far the guys who've gone in top 10 are pretty much the guys that we kind of expected. Like I would expect Vassal to be like one of these next like 5 picks to go. If he's not, yeah, for sure, I think Miami should. If he's at 20, I think they should take him. Just because I think the value is so high at that 20th spot that they should take him.
I mean, if anything, you can flip a guy like that. I think that's the other thing. I think the Heat, I think the Heat are in a really good position where they're contenders, so they can take best guy available and then just flip him.
Yep.
Or just keep him.
They could keep him.
I mean, the Heat. When do the Heat ever trade for draft picks? Like, I mean, that's the other thing. It's like, they can get this guy and they can flip him into a veteran that could really help them. That's other ammunition. You're making faces, but that's other ammunition that they can add into a trade for a superstar if it's, maybe to save Duncan, right? So you can just put Hero and KZ and whatever best available that they pick up. You can package that for a guy. And, it's not bad if you keep a high talented guy and you work on him. He has the room to grow because he doesn't really have to play impact minutes because you have other veterans that are going to play.
Absolutely. I'm looking currently at ESPN's mock draft that they had on their site. And it's looking like so far the top 9 guys who've been selected have all been selected by now. I think did Tyrese Halliburton get selected?
No, not yet.
Okay, that's the one guy that hasn't been selected that was in their top 9. Their 10th player on here is Tyrese Maxey. So who's bumped up?
If when Tyrese gets picked, he's gonna be the first one that I take off of my big board. I'm excited. I'm excited to start crossing. Should I make them red? What should I do? Should I cross them out? Should I just delete them? What should I do to our big board? Chat, what should I do?
You should cross them out. I think it'd be good to also see what used to be there and what.
Can I do that? Let me see.
Not there anymore.
We'll find out. This is the first time I'm using a ticker.
How are you doing? Notepad? Is it Notepad?
No, it's just on OBS. Just on OBS, I have a ticker with a filter that's running.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Can I cross them out? I don't think I can cross them out.
So here's the rest of ESPN's mock draft. They had Tyrese Maxey at 10. Then they had Devin Vassell at 11. Patrick Williams, who went number 4, they had at 12. And then they had Jalen Smith at 13. And the rest, some of the guys that the Heat might target. So, I mean, just take a look at that, see who might be selected among these guys. I feel like Kira Lewis is probably going to get selected soon.
I love it. This guy, the Wizards just took, he learned English by playing Call of Duty. Excellent.
Oh, the guy from Israel. Yeah.
Whoa,
Jalen Smith.
The Suns are targeting Jalen Smith at 10.
No!
ESPN.
Damn it!
I wasn't
That's
expecting
good.
to drop.
Damn, that's a really good pick for them.
So this is the second year in a row the Suns reach on a shooter. They took Cam Johnson early last year.
I mean,
And
it's
that
hard
one
to say if anything's a
seems
reach
to have
right
worked
now.
out.
The thing is, it's hard.
All right, well, first one eliminated from the big board.
We got a big board elimination.
Okay then. Can I just specifically change one color? No, it changed all of them. Oh, that's ugly. I don't like that. I don't think I could change the color of one of them specifically. That is
Oh God, they're all gone now.
No, they're not. They're all here.
No, they're all red. I'm looking at the feed.
Yeah, they're all red. I have to change it. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the things we learn doing things live. All right. So Jalen Smith.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, no, you're doing great, Gianni. Do not forget that.
Yeah, listen, we're good.
They
Right,
got
updated.
They got their Channing Frye. Now we can slander him. It's Channing Frye all over again. What did that bring the Phoenix?
What did that bring? Was he even athletic, Franky? He has no athleticism. Yeah, screw this guy.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm not that
depends
mad.
on the day.
I'm really not that mad.
I really wanted him. I mean, people are saying that he went really early.
He did.
But that's the thing. Like, a lot of these guys, we didn't get a chance to really see play a whole year. We didn't get to see him play in conference tournament play or NCAA tournament as well. Like,
Yeah.
who's to say that they're not going? We're 5, 6, 7 months removed from when they last played their college games. So yeah, I mean,
Yo, people did not like
their
this pick.
workouts weren't great.
Like people are like Nekias is like, what's going on? Like with this pick, a lot of people here don't like it.
Nekias doesn't watch college basketball. Let's stop there.
Whoa! He's coming on as an analyst. What are you talking about?
He said that Bam Adebayo was who?
That's true. Should we really be listening to Nekias' draft coverage?
I'm so excited that he's coming on, though, because he has said that he's going to speak his mind, and I respect his bravery so much.
Listen, that's what we're here for. Nekias tweets out, to be fair, I clowned the Cam pick as a massive reach, and he was pretty good. And I like Jalen for what it's worth. But boy, does this seem early. Listen, he's primed.
I don't think this
he's
is
primed
as
for a
bad
good
as
night.
Cam. This is not nearly as bad as Cam. I mean, who else is on the board that they would really take? Because they don't need a guard anymore. It's like they're shooting for a big man. Of all the big men, I think he probably has the best potential just because he's a stretch big.
So that really tells me that they're really moving off of Aaron Baines, which, that's a guy that, I like from Miami. So, I guess that in a way that, there's some ripple effect there that, if the Heat strike out on some guys, Aaron Baines at the biannual is, a nice little contract, nice little player that you can play next to Bam, depending if they don't get the guys that they want in free agency. He's a guy I really like.
Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer just tweeted that NBA execs fully expect Aaron Baines to leave Phoenix with New Orleans as a distinct possibility. So Smith can fill that stretch 5 role for them.
New Orleans.
Okay, there we go. So we are right there. Oh, that'd be a really nice fit in New Orleans. A nice big that. Who can take up space, play next to Zion. And they could both kind of shoot. They could both shoot the ball.
They have? Don't they have? Who's the guy they selected last year? That was a big man.
Who?
The Pelicans?
The Pelicans.
Jackson Hayes.
Yeah, I feel like they would want to give him more playing time, wouldn't they?
Probably. It's young bigs. Whenever you take young bigs, normally they're projects.
True.
Bam is one of the few exceptions that, and Bam didn't even really start full time until his 3rd year. So.
Yeah, that's true.
That's another thing. We talk a lot about, Tyler Hero taking a leap next year. Bam just had his first full year as a starter. He was an all-star, borderline all-NBA player, borderline all-defense. Like, Bam was freaking amazing as just first year as a starter. Like, he's only 23. He can take another leap.
Absolutely.
I mean, I fully expect him to be all-NBA next season. I think that's the next step for him. I think he was right there. Wasn't he at the cutoff line? He was like one of the first cuts of and I'm still mad that Rudy Gobert made it over him. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, but whatever. It's neither here nor there.
There's pictures of the Heat War Room on the Miami Heat Twitter account.
Who's in the War Room?
So in the War Room, we have Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, and we also have Shane Battier.
Shane!
Yeah. Oh, Chad Kammerer's there. Or Chad Kammerer, his son.
Chad.
Chet's in LA, I think, right?
I don't know where Chet is.
I think
Chad.
Chet. I know Chet. I know Chet scouted Duncan Robinson in LA because he lives out there, so I imagine he's probably there.
He also scouted Josh Richardson.
I love this shit. War room vibes. Like any of us would know.
Is that what they tweeted? No way.
yeah.
No fucking way.
Like any of us would know what this feels like.
War room vibes.
That's incredible.
I would love to sit in the war room and see Pat. Like, who the fuck are we taking?
What the fuck are we gonna do? Are we really taking this dude?
I just imagine that it's just Pat disagreeing with guys.
I feel like the easiest way to get Pat convinced on a pick is just to show him highlights of him diving for loose balls. That guy's
taking charges.
Yeah, or just
taking charges.
Just like a
sprints.
30
sprints.
A 30-minute supercut of every screen he's ever set in his life.
Yeah.
His body fat percentage is under 5.
Oh my god.
Dude, hold on. So in this war room picture, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Do you think that they put the masks on, like for the camera? Like there's no way that they, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely not.
Are they like in transparent cubicles? Like, hold on, wait, I'm gonna put this on the screen for the audience. Like, what's going on here? Like, are we in like transparent cubicles? What's going on? I see like
the practice facility. It looks like the practice facility.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the wall. Yeah.
Isn't that where they do? I think it looks like where they did media today.
I think so too. I think that might be the practice gym. Spo looks very intense here. He looks very upset.
Spo's always upset. Yes, Kevin O'Connor said Jalen Smith, average athlete. Vindicated.
As of now, no Celtics movement imminent, looking like they'll be picking at 14. Another episode.
They really
of
wanted to
Danny
move up.
Ainge just sitting
Shams.
on picks.
Shams just caught up to Woj. Devin Vassell, number 11 to San Antonio.
Oh wow.
That was actually, I think that's where ESPN had him selected. So yeah,
That's a good
that's
pick.
correct.
That's your guy.
So who else is on board right now? That might be
Well, none of our
Tyrese
guys.
Maxey. Tyrese
Halliburton.
Maxey's the only one that's. I mean, so far ESPN's doing a pretty good job on their mock draft because the only person that's not selected so far is Tyrese Maxey. They
Yeah.
had Jalen Smith 13, so I mean they're not far off. Everybody else has been selected.
Halliburton was projected pretty high. I saw people having him as far as like 7. He's a big guard.
Are we surprised that the Spurs took another guard? Considering that
Vassal's
they
a
have
wing.
locked?
Yeah, he's a wing.
He's
a
a
three- he's a
like
3 and D wing.
3-4.
Right. I mean, like, because they have a lot of guards there, and like the Derek White thing becomes interesting. I mean, he's a guy that is just perfect for Miami, absolutely perfect. I just don't see any move that Miami could make to get him. I don't see a trade there.
I think what's
unless,
interesting
like-
is that Tyrese Halliburton is still there.
Yep.
Christian, you missed us saying that like 30 seconds ago.
I still think it's interesting 30 seconds later, Brian.
Chris is consistent.
I'm watching it on the actual live feed.
All right.
Kira.
It's a joke.
Are we almost at
Chris is
12?
official. Chris is official. So we're at pick 11. We're about to have pick 12. We're getting close to the degree hour. We're almost there. Over halfway there to the
Start
Heat's pick
messaging
at number
Nekias.
20.
Probably should start
Only one player is off our big board so far, which is Jalen Smith. That was my guy. I made the graphic today with him. And Vernon Carey. I really wanted Jalen, and now
Kings
we don't.
taking Halliburton.
They are
Kings taking Halliburton.
Yeah.
such a Kings man.
Oh wait, so Gianni, did you just remove Jalen Smith from the big board?
Yeah, Jalen Smith is removed from the big board.
Oh, okay.
Jalen
Can we?
Smith is no
And
longer there.
it's not our big board. It's the Heat projected guys.
It's the Heat beat. Who the hell do we think that they
No,
can get
let's
that we
put a
can't?
name.
Who
on
did
it.
we
It's our
pay
big
attention to?
board.
Who do we pay attention to?
Well, I mean, I called the big board on OBS, so on the little thing it says, MHB big board picker. That's what I
Okay, hold on. Wait. I'm sorry.
called it.
Hold on. Woj. The Kings never imagined Tyrese Halliburton could get to them at number 12, sources tell ESPN, but ...
Comes.
Here he comes. Just incredible
legend.
stuff. I love
Is
it.
he doing that as a bit? Because Shams is just saying like they're taking it.
Yeah, ESPN told Woj a couple years ago when he started this that to stop leaking the picks. So he's like wording it differently so it doesn't sound like what it is.
Meanwhile, Shams Sharani of the Athletic sources Sacramento is selecting Halliburton with the 12th
Shams,
pick.
you were getting boring, bro. You got to spice things up a little bit, man. We got short attention spans. I will unfollow you right now, even if you are first. I want my
Brian-
shit with a punch.
Brian M gives the good suggestions that we just use parentheticals on the names that were taken. I don't know. That might be too confusing. If we could have crossed them out or put them in red or black, that would have been fun. But
Change the color.
it's just all. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's
You got
there's too much
110
going on.
people right now.
Let's go. Shout out to chat. 115. Shout out to chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you for making Miami Heat beat what it is. And if you missed any part of this and you want the beginning, this will be on YouTube. Also, the full podcast will be posted to our Apple Pods, to Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Download there. Support us. Support everybody at Blue Wire. Blue Wire they've been an awesome network. We love them. Kevin Jones, what he has created, has been absolutely incredible. Thanks for Sam Esfandiari for thinking of us and recommending us for the network. It's been a joy to work with him and our friend Justin Rowan and everybody at the network. I mean, we're coworkers with Megan Rapinoe. That's fucking awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Look at Megan Rapinoe. That's our
And Greg
coworker.
Let's
Huh?
go.
And Greg Olson.
Yeah, Greg. I've heard Greg Olson's name so many times when I edit the podcast. Hi, I'm Greg Olson. It's like it was his podcast.
Well,
check
Johnny,
out Greg
also
Olson's podcast.
remember that technically we're actually independent contractors, but that doesn't really matter.
Shh. We love them. Shout out to the wife.
Adrian
I love you,
Wojnarowski.
Kevin Jones. Kevin Jones, you were the best. Tyler Chin. Shout out to Tyler Chin. That's our guy. That's our contact. So Kings fans are pretty happy, which makes me sad because I wanted De'Aaron Fox. So maybe that's.
They just drafted his replacement. It's okay.
Is that it? I don't know. Kings fans seem happy.
No, he's a great pick. He can play with Fox. He's like 6'5". He'll be able to play on or off the ball. And Fox.
So New Orleans. So Woj is reporting that New Orleans is looking to trade the 13th pick,
They got a couple picks, I think, right?
which is interesting. I mean, I don't think there's a scenario where the Heat move up. That's not a Heat move, often, especially in the first round.
Especially they don't have much to offer to move up.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's Kendrick Nunn, but I mean, I think you can see like
I mean,
something.
They're not moving up.
You know, the thing with Nunn is that I think if you're too eager to move him, I mean, he's in realistically the most valuable asset. Is he more valuable than the 20th pick?
No.
I think he is.
Hell.
It's
He
close.
just finished second
I
in the
don't
rookie
think
of
so.
the year voting.
I mean,
think
he
so.
may be
That's worth-
26.
I think he's better than a non-lottery pick. I don't know if he's better than a lottery pick, but I think he's better than 20th overall selection.
No, I don't think so. He's like you said. He's 26. He's got issues off the court, and he's a streaky player. Hasn't played much defense. He kind of
He's still
is
young
what he
though.
is.
I mean, he's only played. I mean, I know he's 26, but he's only played 1 year. Frankie,
He's
I just don't
12%.
think that he should burn their best asset, or not their best asset, but like their best or second best asset. You know, just for a lateral move. I think that you just kind of hope that a team gets desperate and talks themselves into a guy like him. I mean, like obviously Brandon Ingram was a good player, but the rest of the guys that the Lakers sent for the Pelicans is a bunch of trash. It's a lot of Josh Hart and.
Oh, I'm not saying for. Are you saying for this to?
I'm saying in
Nunn to
general.
New
I mean,
Orleans?
I think that they shouldn't be in a hurry to move Kendrick Nunn just because you want to get off of him. It's
No,
not
but
like he's a
the
bad player
thing
or anything.
the thing about the Lakers too, though, is that all those guys were. You had Lonzo, who's a top 2 pick. He's gonna get hype behind that. You had Hart, who overplayed his draft spot, and he was very good. He's like 26, and they're all young. That's why they're able to make those trades. Nunn has off the court issues, and there's a situation where you probably can get like a second round pick. He's not worth a first rounder at all. That nobody in the league is gonna think he's that, especially when he was unplayable most of the playoffs.
He had a good finals. I thought he had a pretty good finals, which I agree though. I mean, that a lot of that's the defense thing too.
Yeah.
I mean, which is why
we can't forget he got COVID too, which we don't know how heavily that affected him.
That's true.
I
That's
think.
fair.
Is there a player that got COVID and then came back and was okay? Like everybody that
Bam.
missed time because of COVID.
Tyler Hero.
Bam. Okay. Yeah. Those are the
Tyler
only
Hero
guys.
and Tyler Hero.
Did Tyler get it? I don't remember.
Yeah, he did. It wasn't reported, but we found
It was
out
reported later on
Yeah.
after the final.
I saw
by
Tyler on too
Barry.
many boats. I gotta be honest. There were a lot of boat parties going on in Tyler Hero's Instagram.
There's a lot of boat.
I gotta be Christian. We're the only ones down here. I'm concerned when I look at Only in Dade and I see all these like events going on in Miami. I'm scared
I look
for
out
us.
on my balcony. Like there's an island where boats meet up on the weekends to just party, and that island has been rocking the last few weeks.
It's always
And it's
rocking.
just
So,
like
the one off Key Biscayne, right?
no, the one right in between the 395 and the 195.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the one in between Key Biscayne and Brickell.
Well, that one is also, but that one's not as big.
That one's lit. Let me tell you. I went paddleboarding the other day, and I was like, I usually paddleboard there, and I kind of turned around.
Well,
and I was like, never
that
mind.
one's right actually near the marina where I got my boat. But
Hey, I got a tweet from the Deuces. Does De'Aaron Fox have a girlfriend with a Twitter account you losers can simp at?
I would simp.
He's engaged now.
Oh, good
Hey.
for
You
him.
guys see the guy
The
from
orphan
Philly?
stuff?
What's his name? Wow, his name just escapes me.
Which guy?
His name escapes me.
A player or a fan? What?
The guy, the Tobias Harris. Jesus Christ! I was like, what the hell's Tobias Harris' name? You see Tobias Harris' proposal today?
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Frankie, but New
Kira
Orleans
Lewis.
is targeting Kira Lewis.
No!
How does that make sense? You don't need a point
Wow.
guard.
Okay, another one off the big board.
Oh no, they do because they just traded Drew Holiday.
Another one off the big board.
Him and
Another one
Alonzo
bites
can
the
play
dust.
together.
This is the most exciting part for me. I get to do stuff. I get to produce, stream. All
I
right.
think that's a great fit. They like to play fast. Lonzo, him, and Ingram, Zion. That's a great fit.
I actually do like that. I like that a lot for them.
All right, so let's kind of go through our big board for the listeners right now that are listening and not watching. We have Flynn, Nesmith, Desmond Bain, Vernon Carey Jr., Cole Anthony, Tyrese Maxey, Josh, the scroll is going slow, Green. Then we have Emmanuel Quickly. And we have Grant Riller. That's our big board right now. Oh, and Trey Jones. That's who's left.
Chad makes a good point. Obviously, because now that they're selecting a point guard, it looks pretty likely that the Pelicans are going to trade George Hill.
You mean Drew Holiday?
George Hill.
They already traded Drew Holiday.
George Hill.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Christian, what's going on with you?
That's not the trade that got overturned. Sorry, I'm disorganized.
yes.
Everything's
Yes.
happening so fast.
Bogdanovic is a trade that got nixed.
It was the Bogdanovic
George Hill.
trade.
George Hill is a Pelican, which
And
that
George
could be-
Hill, his 2021 contract is only guaranteed for like 1.8 million, I believe. So if that's a guy you can acquire, you can waive and take a small cut.
That's the truth.
And honestly, he's a very good two-way player. On an expiring, he'll be able to. Somebody will take him, take a move, take him for a draft pick or the cap space. So it wouldn't even cost the Heat that. And plus, he like Gianni said, he'd be a great fit in Miami.
So Pelicans taking Kira Lewis. We're on pick. What is it? 13. So we're 14 is next. Coming up. 6 left. We're gonna get one of these guys on the board.
Oh, the
Well,
Pelicans
watch it
still have
end up
Bledsoe,
being none of these guys. So
No, it has to be. These are the ones that I have the damn highlight packages for.
I can't wait until it's somebody else.
If it's not, I'm gonna be mad. I had everything preloaded. If this is gonna suck. We had production.
The Pelicans.
Brian, how about you start? Brian, how about you start getting Nekias and Alex?
I did. I messaged them already.
Okay, cool. Oh, here we go. We're gonna let me know when Nekias gets back to you. Have Alex in the waiting room, but I don't want to ruin our Zoom.
The guys are too busy tweeting.
Guys, Barry Jackson. Even if Giannis doesn't end up in Miami, odds strong that another really good player joins Heat by start of 21-22. Even more convinced of that after talking to people this week. Kings Fox could become a possibility after this Halliburton pick.
Ooh.
I mean, I said that last year. There's
Barry
a lot of damn free
Bomb.
agents.
Yeah, but it's Barry Jackson. Come on.
I mean, I said the other day, like, people shitting on local reporters. I mean, Barry and Ethan are pretty. Their reporting is pretty, like, unassailable. You know what I mean? And a guy that's connected to your edition would know. I think that Heat fans have overreacted over the Giannis thing. We talked about that a little bit last pod. There's a lot of guys that are going to be available in 2021, and the Heat are going to have cap space. The Heat live in one of the nicest cities in the world. The Heat have no state tax in Florida. The weather is lovely. The city's beautiful. Everybody wants a fucking boat to go out on South. That island Chris was talking about.
No.
Everybody wants to go yachting. Who just doesn't like to go yachting?
We
You have to update your board.
What happened?
The Boston Celtics are selecting Aaron Nesmith.
Oh, I think that's a good fit for them.
Targeting. Aaron
They're
Nesmith.
targeting.
They're fucking picking.
I was happy that I spelled his name right.
Not
So
Naismith.
the Celtics take Nesmith. So
Damn.
of all the guys left, who's the one that you most want, Frankie?
God, man.
I kind of want to trade back right now.
Shit.
That was the one guy I wanted, actually, that was on the board.
I mean, Bane's still on the board, so that's been my guy. If not Bane, I'm totally down for Bane or Maxey, or I'm down for a trade back.
Maxey would be cool.
I wouldn't mind Maxey. He's gonna be a project guy, and he has got to show that catch and shoot is for real. But I think he'd be a coachable guy, and his teammate quickly would make sense on the trade back for a early second round pick.
It'd be fucking hilarious if they selected another Kentucky player.
Oh,
It really would.
That's how they go. Yo, shout out to
Pipeline.
boy Eider33. Thanks for the prime sub. Appreciate that very much. Again, if you're listening via pod, we do these streams live on twitch.tv/MIAHeapy. Join us. We're going to do a lot during the season, and if you want ways to get updated on this, obviously you can subscribe to the Twitch page or follow us on Twitter at MIAHeapy. Also follow us on Instagram at MIAHeapy as well. Those are really good places that you can get updates on the podcast, scheduling, when we're going to be streaming, all that stuff, or turn on notifications. Also, as I mentioned before, our YouTube page, youtube.com/MiamiHeatBeat. To check us out there. I mean, we're trying, man. We have a lot planned for the season. We're going to be doing these streams really often, especially post game. We're really excited. We have lots of cool stuff. I mean, if you've seen our post playoff coverages, we're breaking down film live. So we're having fun. So we're welcoming in 2 more people into this stream funhouse. We have Nekias Duncan, and we have Alex Musibay. Gentlemen.
Oh,
what's going on, guys?
Oh,
How are you? Welcome to the program. Welcome to the draft coverage.
You're gonna need to update the big board one more time, Gianni.
Yeah.
I'm updating stream. What's up? What do I get? Who got taken?
Cole Anthony is being targeted by.
Oh, thank
Orlando
God.
Magic.
I love
That's-
Orlando.
okay.
That's fine. I didn't even want to have to make that decision.
Okay, so we just
where we
kind of
at?
went over with
15?
everybody who are the best players left. Nekias, I kind of want to start with you. Out of everybody who's left from Miami, who's the guy that you most want?
I mean, it's shaping up rather nicely with Desmond Bain at this point, which would be a pretty fun pick. Just for one, Jalen Smith going 10. That's the
I
thing
know.
that
I
happened.
saw your tweet. I wanted him. I really wanted him down here.
Like, I like him. I didn't think he had top 10 potential. Like, I didn't think that was the thing that Phoenix would do. I like the pick for him, though. But, yeah, Desmond Bain's still on the board. There are a few point guards still left on the board. Tyrese Maxey is still on the board. Would be pretty excited if he falls to 20, but we'll see.
What about you, Alex?
So I want to start off first with the Jalen Smith thing because that was obviously very surprising. He was someone that I was absolutely targeting for the Heat, but I love what Phoenix did. I don't know if I love the fit for him in Phoenix. What I mean is I love that they took him at 10. This is the exact same way that I felt about Tyler Hero in the last draft when everyone was freaking out about taking him at 14. Let's not forget that if you trade back, not only are you risking not getting the guy, but this isn't the NFL draft where you're trying to collect as many picks as possible. This is basketball. One person makes a difference. If you have conviction, take the guy.
I mean, and I think that that's something important. Like, if you really like a guy, then you got to do what you can to get him. Especially, you're not in the lottery every year. Sometimes you are if you're like Minnesota or Sacramento or whatever. But for the most part, you don't want to be. If you get your guy, you hope that you're not in the lottery every year. So, with that,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Now, for the players that are left, for those of you that actually listened to our draft preview episode, my guy is still going to be hopefully on the board there, Malachi Flynn. I'm just obsessed with his personality. I think it's a culture fit, and I would love to have another backup point guard. The other guy that I love is Emmanuel Quickly. We talked about him as a possible second-round pick, and we didn't get to talk about this guy on the draft podcast, but I love his game, and I'm kind of surprised that he's still here. Sadiq Bey. This guy reminds me a lot of a Andre Iguodala-esque type player. I think he could do a little bit of everything. He's someone that I think can just fit into our rotation from day one.
And
The
he
only thing
shoot.
with him is I don't really like his jump shot. He has a really low release, and I feel like that's something he's gonna have to work on in the league, just because it's very likely that it'll get blocked.
I think that's
my
fair
only
criticism.
thing. That's my only thing with him. He's basically your 3-and-D. That's the guy that you would want to mold as a 3-and-D wing.
And it's good for them to have a stopgap guy too, because Jay Crowder is not going to be here forever.
Iguodala's not gonna be here forever.
Yeah, Iguodala's. I mean, I don't even think. I mean, are we still thinking of Iguodala in those terms? I mean, in the playoffs, he was used more as a 5 than anything. You know what I mean? So
better
I mean,
learn to be Iguodala from Iguodala himself.
Oh man, he shot 77% from the free throw line and 45% from behind the arc. All right, sign me up.
It's just,
Like, There's only so many Justice Winslows out there. Like, come on.
Hey, too soon. Too soon.
it's always too soon. Listen, we're gonna talk about justice until it's gonna be 2031, and we're still gonna be saying Justice better and talking about the Justice picks.
Albert Newmont just tweeted something pretty interesting. So you remember how on draft night the Heat were offered 4 first-round picks from the Celtics for the rights to select Justice Winslow?
I can't wait. Yes.
These were all the 4 picks I have now because they've all been selected finally. So
okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. I'm so excited.
2015 pick 15, who was actually selected with that pick was Kelly Oubre. 2015 pick 16, who was selected at that pick was Terry Rozier.
Terry Rozier.
Rozier. My bad.
Brian's going to the club. Let's go.
Yeah.
Married man, all right.
2016 pick 3, Jaylen Brown.
Oh.
And now 2020 pick 14, Aaron Nesmith.
2 words, Justice better.
I don't know about
Jaylen Brown.
Collection of basketball players.
Jaylen Brown fits in rather seamlessly here. So,
I didn't hear a player listed.
They're all pretty good players.
So I don't know.
Nekias, how do you feel like this draft? So I actually let me get your thoughts before we get back into draft stuff on the whole Milwaukee debacle today. So I've been saying that this is absolutely them running away from tampering. Whether he's going to end up a Buck or not, Bogdanovic, I don't know. But I mean, this has been as big a disaster as you can imagine.
Yeah. Okay, so there's Ricky Rubio trade, but
official.
Yes.
Well, just tweeted it.
Yeah, he just tweeted it out. But yeah, like I still lean towards it being kind of a cover up for tampering because like the deal has been done for like a day and a half. And I just find it hard to believe that now it's like, hey, wait, he didn't agree to anything. I don't think things broke down like that. I feel like the deal wouldn't have been leaked that early.
Yeah, I said that the small market teams got together and were mad because Miami and LA can tamper, not Milwaukee.
Well, speaking of small market teams, Woj, Minnesota is acquiring Oklahoma City's Ricky Rubio, the 25th and 28th picks for a package that includes the number 17 pick. Sources tell ESPN.
Ooh.
That's the trade that Nekias just referenced.
Okay.
Nekias, we were kind of also talking about, with the pick that New Orleans just made, kind of would indicate that George Hill's availability is prominent.
Mm-hmm. Well, first, before we get into George Hill, are we talking about the right guard that could be available? Because I think you swing high on Lonzo if you're trying to.
You really want Lonzo?
I really want Lonzo. He's good.
I'm with you, man.
Do you think they have the juice to get? I mean, why wouldn't like? Does Miami? I mean, Miami only has guards to offer, right? So you have Kendrick Nunn, pick 20, and Olynyk. Like that's kind of what their package looks like, unless they want Iguodala for some reason.
The guy said trade Bam and sign Ekpe Udoh.
That's not what I said.
Good.
I don't know. There's
We have the audio though. No, we have the audio to prove it.
Something just feels so warm and familiar about a point guard that is, got some real defensive chops, can't shoot worth a lick, but can really make some plays. I mean, I feel like we had somebody like that before.
Is that what Nekias likes him? I don't think is Lonzo Ball's shot that broken. I mean, I know that it looks bad, but I mean the percentages are good, 37% last year.
Better
So
than last year.
Yeah,
on like attempts, he shot 6 a game. That's. I mean, he's a guy that
Justice average is the last year to
like
Miami.
The jokes write themselves.
I mean, like Lonzo. I mean, you mentioned the shot, the percentage and the volume. Like a lot of that is stationary. He still isn't a pull-up threat, so that's an issue. But I mean, for a guy that can connect on offense, that can defend 3 positions, is a more reliable spot-up shooter than the guy that we're talking about. I don't want to get emotional or whatnot. Like I feel like it's a pretty clean fit. Like you have guys like Jimmy Butler that get to the rim. Bam Adebayo puts pressure on the rim in a few ways. So like Lonzo isn't going to be tasked with being that half-court creator. So I think if you put him in a role to where he works more off ball and just kind of connects as a passer and can be a guy that can juice your transition attack, like it just makes sense. I think the writing is on the wall there. New Orleans has a bunch of guards there. They just drafted Kyra Lewis, who I think can be their long-term point guard option there. Like, I mean, if you're going to make a move for Alonzo, I mean, for Miami or any team that wants to take a swing at him, now's the time to do it.
So let me ask you, what would that package look like that would make it appetizing to New Orleans?
Like, I think it's because Lonzo's making what the last year of his rookie deal, like $11 million or somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Like I think it's one of Olenek or Iguodala. You throw in 20, and if they ask for like KZ, you do that as well.
So I would do that. I would want. I know that people here love KZ Okpala, but I think that Lonzo solves a lot of their. You would not do that.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would resign him. That's the only issue.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But update Woj, Detroit is targeting center Isaiah Stewart with the number 16 pick.
Not on our big board.
That's
Still
good.
Lazy. Wade just got lazy.
That's really interesting because a lot of mock drafts didn't have him as a first round talent.
Yeah, he was definitely a late round option on most of the draft boards that I saw.
So none of our guys. Another guy not off the board yet. This has kind of been weird because every time when we do a Heapy draft, there's always one guy that we want really badly who starts falling and then he's taken right before, or the
Might
Heat
be Tyrese Maxey right now.
blindside us. If he's available, is that the pick?
I think so.
I'd take Bane over him.
I take Maxey over him.
I would take Maxey.
Alex?
You know, I think Bane is definitely the better fit on day one. But, you know, I think at 20, I'm all for taking a shot on the long side upside.
He's your point of attack defender.
Yeah, I'm good with Maxey. I think especially the way the draft has fallen, Maxey at 20 is actually a really good pick.
Yeah.
Why is there any reason why he'd be falling? Was there
really
any was there any concerns going in?
Let me look up to see
on the shot.
let me see who he was working out with because
I think a lot of teams look at him. And first of all, I think the reason he's going to be a good NBA player is because I actually think he's an incredibly hard worker. And it's probably why he would be a good fit here in Miami. But when you look at him right now, all you see is the point of attack defense. And you're hoping that the jump shot from what you've seen in workouts is real. We got to remember too, he's also just 19 years old, you know, like a lot of these guys are just starting to figure out really how to play basketball. And at Kentucky, you're asked to do one specific thing, maybe two. So that tends to happen to a lot of these Kentucky guys in the drafts.
Good sign too. He shot 83% from the free throw line.
Yeah, from like the draft people that I read and listen to and trust, like Maxey has been basically a plus shooter his entire basketball career except for last year. So it sounds like this, like the 29% from three or whatever it was in Kentucky is the outlier instead of the norm. And if that's the case, he does have a little bit of ball skills. Isn't a traditional point guard, more combo guard, but can attack a closeout. That's really all you need for him to do. If the shot is real, he has off-ball ability. And again, the point of attack defense is there. Think he has the physicality to defend 1 and 2. So I think it'd be a great fit if Miami can land him at 20.
Another guy gets to the basket. He's strong finishing.
Ooh,
Yes, he's great around the basket.
I really think that, you know, if you're a guard coming into Miami, and especially if you're going to play with the starters, you know, you don't have to do much other than attack a closeout and be able to spot up. You know, you're not going to be asked to trigger a lot of pick and roll. You know, Jimmy's going to do a lot of that. They're going to run a lot of handoffs with Bam. You know, Miami's going to love to get into their pistol action. So they're not going to have to ask a young guy to come in here and start, you know, creating off the dribble against, like, you know, starters and see like all these complicated defenses. I think that they're in a unique position that they can ask one of these guys, you know, even if their shot's not 100%, that they can kind of work through it. And as long as they can spot up, Nekias, as you're talking about with Lonzo, you know, like, you know, I don't think, you know, I think maybe that's more of an issue in the playoffs, but I think for the long haul of the regular season, I think, you know, as long as the guy can spot up, it's not, I don't think, you know, you don't have to be able to play him in Game 7 of the finals, but, you know, I think if you can spot up, that's good enough considering, you know, kind of with the ferocity that Jimmy Butler's been attacking the rim, the creation off the dribble, kind of the way he sucks in the defense. You also, you know, you hope Bam's going to improve as a roller, as a face-up guy. You know, there's tons there. So I think that they're in a unique position that they don't need their guards to do a lot.
Minnesota's selecting Alexei Puck. I can't pronounce this guy's last name. Pokusevsky with the number 17 pick.
Good pick.
We are fast approaching. We have a full big board. It's going to be Vernon Carey, isn't it?
I think it might be Maxey, guys. I do have some stats on Maxey that are actually pretty interesting. I was looking up because I remember I had seen a stat there. He was like one of the leading finishers in college basketball last season, like 90th percentile. But on defense, he shined really heavily. He was 97th percentile on defense. he allowed an astonishing 0.26 points per one-on-one possessions, which is really good. So he was a 97 percentile on defense on one-on-one possessions.
Wow.
He's got good size, good wingspan, man. He's tough.
He fights through screens really well. I mean, that's what you want as a point of attack defender.
And even
Guys,
if
I don't... No, go
yeah,
Franky.
even if you have him as a starter, like if you trade none or you don't start Hero right away, you have him as a starter. He can guard 1 through 3 most likely. If you have him off the bench, you can play off of Goran. Goran's used to playing off the ball too, and we don't have anybody that can run. We need athleticism.
Let me
That
ask
has
you
been-
guys.
Go.
So we get to 20 and Tyrese Maxey's on the board.
Have to
Are
select him.
you taking that over trading back and possibly picking up a second round pick?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
taking
That's
that.
a second round pick. That's not an issue. I think you take whoever's best available. I don't think they're expecting Max to fall to them at 20. And this is the reason why I think they're not making any trades until they see who's on their board at 20. And if they see Maxi's on their board, plus they still have Sadiq Bey on the board too. Those are 2 really good players that you could easily add onto the squad, and they make a defensive impact from day one more than anything else.
I would prefer Sadiq Bey over Maxey personally, just because I see from day one where he fits in, and I see him having a absolutely an NBA career at the very least as a solid role player.
I'd be fine with either one.
This is rare. I mean, I'm telling you, listen, Vane Hype saying in the chat he's ready for Heatbeat to freak out over a random player we draft. I don't know. There's a lot of choices that we like. And let me tell you something. As executive producer of this stream, I'm very glad that I have a lot of highlight packages for guys still here. So as far as
also
I'm
note-
concerned, I'm winning.
Something also to note is that I think they can still get Vernon Carey in the second round.
Oh yeah.
If that's the guy they
they have
still
a second
want to
round
get, they could easily buy a second round pick like they did to go get KZ Apollo.
Can't wait to
So-
pick Nico Mannion out the blue at 20.
You know what? I won't be
Hey.
mad, Nekias.
His high school highlights are insane.
He speaks Italian.
That
Come
that
on.
reminds me of somebody
Allora.
else who was white that had really good high school highlights.
Yeah.
I mean, the real reason I've been wanting Gallo is because I can speak some Italian in the locker room and I can get scoops.
We're one pick
What happened,
away.
Brian?
We're one pick away, guys. Mavericks are drafting Josh Green and according to Mark Stein.
Josh Green. They didn't take Desmond
Wow.
Bain.
Gotta take him off the board.
Eighteen.
Gotta take Josh Green off the board.
I'm kind of happy because I never liked him anyway.
Desmond Bain was
Yes,
basically
I'm with you.
So
I
does
thought
that
Bane
mean
was there.
was Maxey taken finally?
No.
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 On the board.
Well, there's still 1 pick to go. It's not. We're at 19 right now.
Oh, baby, are we getting Maxey? Let's go.
The Nets
Let's-
are 19. Aren't they? I saw that they were trading the pick, or somebody on the chat said they were trading the pick. Is that
They're
true?
talking about trading the pick at least, yeah.
Yeah, they were looking at
But,
trades.
Oh God, that would.
But at the
that-
same
that
time,
would
look
suck if
at the
Nets
lack
won.
of trades that we've seen. I think this really speaks to how little teams want to be in this draft. I think.
Yeah.
I'm legit. I'm like nervous. You guys have listen. It doesn't you know I don't watch college basketball. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I watch the NBA and that's it. I'm even questioning how much I love basketball. I think I just love NBA basketball because like I'm barely watching international play. Like if USA or Japan's playing, I might tune in. But
Oh, here we go. We got
what's
a trade. Clippers trading Landry Shamet for the number 19 pick.
Huh.
Hey.
Oh.
Wow.
To the Nets.
Yeah.
guys, what? Will they take Maxey?
Oh, Clippers might take Maxey there.
That's what I was just gonna say.
They give up like the one movement shooter they have to do it?
Well, that does confirm that Shamet was definitely being floated out there.
But this
Like
would be
trade-
like when was it? The Jazz traded up to go get Donovan Mitchell. I was
Donovan
so
Mitchell.
pissed off.
And then
So,
we
like-
ended up with Bam. So, fuck it.
Like obviously
Bam
I don't know what the
Bender.
trade talks are and whatnot.
But,
But, like why would you not give up Lou Williams for 19 if you could do that instead of Shabbat?
I mean, when Nekias, we had in the chat earlier that the Heat were actually talking to the Clippers for Shamet, so that could have been an offer 24 just Shamet.
That makes sense.
I would have done that, but man, that's...
Well, I mean, 19 is better than 20, so that's probably
Yeah.
why it's a good deal.
oh man, Landry Shamet for 19, like you can't keeping Lou Williams on that roster, bro. That,
Who are the Clippers gonna take?
You know,
Whoa,
guys,
here we
the funny
go.
part about
Wait, what?
Hold on.
Oh,
hold
they're
on.
Clippers
Clippers are sending number 19 via Brooklyn to the Pistons, and they're
Okay.
receiving Luke Kennard.
Oh,
And the Nets are getting Landry Shamet. So the Clippers are going to get Luke Kennard, and the number 19 pick is going to be by the Pistons.
Is that better than
So
the Nets get the 19th pick.
Luke Kennard's good. Luke Kennard's good.
I
no,
don't know if he's
Yeah.
better
The
than
Pistons are going to get 19.
the Pistons are getting it.
Oh, the Nets got Landry Shamet.
Yeah,
oh.
the Nets got Landry Shamet. The
the
Pistons got the
Pistons are on the
19th
clock.
pick.
So here's what we're doing, chat.
Do the
Christian is
Pistons need a
totally
point guard? Oh shit, the Pistons do need a point guard.
Christian is trying to outdrunk Alf in this.
Well, I am also just trying to keep up with the timeline, which is going
Christian,
really
how much?
bad right
What
now.
are you
Yeah, I
drinking, and
gave
how
up
much
on
of it have you
following.
had?
I've had enough. Actually, I was gonna get another beer for the Heat pick, but
Do it. Go.
all right, all right.
Nekias and Alex, we've talked about trades or picks that have happened. We've discussed it, analyzed it. 5 minutes later, Christian is repeating the news we just said.
But Christian stops the show. He's like, whoa, guys,
Yeah.
guys. You
Christian's
never
on Internet
believe what's
Explorer. Give
happening.
some.
Listen, I've known Christian a long time. That doesn't surprise me.
Listen, I've done shows with Christian for a long time too, and it doesn't surprise me.
Christian's on AOL right now. It's okay.
Nah, like legit. I've done shows with Christian, and Christian's drinking, and he's so deep into synergy that I'll say something, and he's just completely not listening, and he'll just kind of nod his head and be like, "Yeah," and I could tell that he's looking at pick and roll PPP stats. That's 100%. Listen, any post game pod past 10:30, watch, listen to those back, and you tell me. You find the drunk Christian.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
chat's making a good point. Luke Kennard, very famously, last draft was mentioned. You know, the only two times Luke Kennard has been mentioned on the show have been two draft shows. When Jack Alfonso, our trash tweeter, said Tyler Hero is Luke Kennard if Luke Kennard were bad.
Guys,
What a little story.
one name that we actually haven't discussed that I think is going to be there at 20 possibly, Precious Achiuwa.
I hope
How
it's
do we
not him.
feel about
The
him?
Heat did work. If all the guys are on the board, that's the one guy that they
I
actually
hope we
worked out.
take Precious just to watch Alf suffer.
I'll tell you what, defensively,
That's the guy Alf wanted.
I thought that was the guy that Alf was like, you don't draft somebody named Precious.
Oh, that's right. But he's like, that's the only guy I've ever heard of.
Oh man, I don't want him, but you know.
I gotta boot up. I just gotta get Precious
Wait,
highlights because
Nekias, say it again. You don't want him?
I mean, there are better players on the board. I feel like
Future Hall of Famer.
so
That's
that
definitely-
solidifies
that's gonna be
it.
the pick. That's the pick.
there it is.
Wow.
I now have to download a Precious highlight reel
I thought
just
you
in
had
case.
one. You had one. We had it for the
No, I
live
don't
show.
have one. Did we go over Precious?
Yeah, we did.
Maxi on the board.
No,
Second
I
last
don't.
guy.
We did not have a highlight
Yeah,
package.
we
Oh
did go
no,
over
yeah,
Precious.
we talked about him. That's it.
But we talked about
I'm
him.
pretty
but
sure
I
I
didn't prepare a
saw a highlight package. I do remember seeing a highlight package.
Wait,
Well, it's
do
not
we know
loaded
who
into
the
OBS,
Pistons
so-
are taking at 19?
I've been checking, not yet.
Oh, yeah.
I hope it's Precious. Just for the sake of my production sanity,
Wait.
I hope it's Precious.
Hey, I'll tell you what though, Precious can guard multiple positions. I mean, there is going to be a role for him somewhere in the NBA. Maybe not with us,
This
but
is the Pistons'
Hey, yo.
third pick in the top 20 picks right now. Who were the first two picks that they had?
They had Killian Hayes at 7.
Yeah,
Killian
Killian
Hayes
Hayes.
at 7. So he's kind of like a point guard, right?
He
Yeah.
is a point guard. Yeah.
So, and then who else did they draft? They drafted a big, right?
They got
Isaiah
Isaiah Stewart? Yeah. So
he-
maybe they go.
So maybe they go
different
wing.
vein.
So
Yeah.
maybe they do. They'll probably go Bay.
They go
Bay
Bay
makes
or
sense.
Bay or Bane. Yeah.
Well,
Bay would be
it's not
slightly disappointing. I want him to be on the board at 20, at least as
It
an
makes
option.
more sense for them. Yeah.
Listen, as long as it's not Precious, listen, I'm running against the clock. I'm importing it to OBS. We're producing, baby. Yo, by the way, shout out to chat. We're over 200 live viewers tuning into this. We really
Yeah,
appreciate
what's
the
up,
support.
chat? Let's go.
Yo,
Hello,
you guys
hello.
are
You
awesome.
guys are
Yeah.
fucking killing it out
They're
there.
ready.
Let me tell you, I love you guys. You guys have made these streams a lot of fun, starting from the post game.
You need to cue up
from the
the
post-game to the
the
playoff
breaking
run.
news. You need to cue up the breaking news sound.
Okay, I gotta cue
Bum,
the
bada
breaking news sound.
bum, bada bum, bum, bum.
Hold on, wait, I got it. I'm doing a lot of producing here. Producing the stream. All right.
It's all right.
Let's,
You're doing
let's-
great, G.
Are we ready for a breaking news sound effect?
Yes.
There it is.
Bang.
All right, what's the breaking news? I don't think there's anything else.
There was no breaking news. That was
Well, you just asked me to do that.
I'm just saying, get it ready.
Have it ready.
Get it ready. We need it.
Oh, okay. Well, we heard that, right?
Yeah.
this is the kind of elite producing you can get on Miami Heat.
Listen, I'm hosting, I'm producing stream, and I'm producing a podcast. I'm doing I'm Bam right now. I'm doing way too many things on offense.
I
You've
agree.
got the bump
Bam
shoulder
needs
right
help.
now.
Your bit
I'm
rate's
following
so high.
Twitter as well. I have like 50 million tabs open. Thank you to my 64 gigs of RAM on my computer that's surviving everything I'm doing right now. Shout out to you. Yo, shout out to Brian M., our executive stream producer. He's made all this possible. Thank you, Brian. You're in chat. You're modding. You're awesome. Guys, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped.
How much did y'all slander the Aubrey Toppin pick?
Oh, I might have had some fun. I think I had a little fun.
I called them, what's it called? Kevin Knox 2.0.
Yeah, that was pretty good, Brian. Good job, Brian.
Kristen has no memory of that whatsoever.
No, I totally remember it, and it was good.
Bro, how long does it take to make one pick?
I know,
It's
but
always like this. Every
You know what it
single
is?
time the Heat are like one pick behind. It takes forever.
it's catching up, and you know why? Because Woj doesn't have Miami Heat sources. This is known.
That's
I
true.
mean, we're still waiting for the Detroit pick. So
Oh, it's eye emoji time, guys.
Is it actually?
let's go.
It starts with Jeremy Taché. We gotta do a part.
Oh, Detroit is targeting Sadiq Bey at 19.
There it is.
Not on our board. Not on our big board. Not on our big board. We have reached it.
Okay, so here we go.
So
Heater on the clock, baby.
All right.
Heater on the clock. I'm downloading these precious highlights. I gotta import them. I downloaded the wrong quality.
All right.
Maxi ready. Get Maxi ready. I think that's
guys, all right. So let's do it. Bane or Maxi? Who do we want? It's gotta be somebody
Maxi.
completely
It's
different.
gonna be Maxi. But honestly, it could be literally anybody.
Yeah.
It should be.
It's gonna be Vernon Carey. Watch Vernon Carey.
Unless
I have
you
those
wanna go-
highlights, so
That
I'm
would
ready
be
for that.
pretty wild, especially if they aren't able to trade.
unless the Heat really
I
wanna
really
win
do like
hard
Maxi
over-
here.
I like
And I
Maxi
think it
too.
makes sense. Like they honestly trust like the Kentucky pipeline, and I don't see why they wouldn't right now.
I'm very happy with either one. So it's gonna be somebody different, of course.
Maxi's
Listen.
gonna end up being better than what anybody else that was picked as a point guard in this draft.
I said on the draft preview pod that it depends on how the board falls for me to be happy with Maxi. The way the board fell tonight, we take Maxi at 20. I'm a happy man.
It's great value, for sure.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the Heat also have a chance to win my heart if they want to go big and take Xavier Tillman. You know, I'm all in. Bring him in.
They don't give a bleep about your heart.
Wow,
When have they ever?
this is true. This is very true.
Push
Very
backs.
true.
When have they ever?
Which
Have the Heat ever done anything to make you happy, like in a draft? I mean, it's
in
honestly
the draft? Maybe Dwayne Wade.
not Nekias.
I didn't know. At the time. That Dwayne was
Oh, I
gonna be
love
Dwayne
the
Wade.
Justice pick.
And the
That's
Josh
true.
pick.
Yeah, Justice.
I was
probably
in on the
one.
Josh pick too.
Norris, Cole,
I actually,
Bam,
I like
and
that.
Tyler. Those were my three.
I never heard of Norris Cole.
Justice
We could
and
have
Norris
we
were
could
the
have
guys
had
who-
Jimmy.
Wait, what are you doing, G?
I made a mistake. I listen. It's hard to produce. It's hard to produce.
Oh,
Gee.
no.
I am on Woj watch.
Me too.
Kind of like Detroit's draft, by the way.
Yeah, they're having a nice draft.
Sure, it's doing great. Like the fact that they took Killian Hayes,
That guy might be
Great.
the best player in the draft.
he's really good.
He was
He's really
number
good.
one on Kevin.
Oh my
Hunt.
God! He just tweeted a picture of Riley. I love it.
Oh,
He's making the decision right now. He's making it right now. I'm so excited.
let's go. Hold on, I'm gonna post
Hey.
the picture. I'm
Is
putting
it
that
Brett-
on stream.
He's a
Credit to-
Kentucky time.
Credit to the Miami Heat intern who handles the account for photoshopping Pat Riley's massive penis out of the picture.
I didn't know that was impressive. That must have
Took us
taken
all day.
hours. Yeah, no, that takes a long time. I know from experience.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, look at this handsome devil. Look at him. Oh man,
Oh man, so they're showing the show on screen, but no, we're ready for the pick. So we'll
he's
show
ready.
it.
Oh, we're ready for the pick.
Man. If I see
No.
Tyrese Maxey's name pop up, bro, oh man,
What are we gonna do, Nekias? What are you gonna do?
subtle fist pump. You know,
Very, very loud, subtle fist bump.
I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm ready for this pick. Whatever's going on.
I'm like Kelly Olynyk right behind Jimmy as he was making that
Oh
game.
man, I feel like they're gonna
free
trade
throw.
it. What if they trade it, man? If they trade it, that's gonna suck.
I would be fine with a trade down if you can get an additional second round pick. There's a lot of guys in the second round that I think are really good.
I'm my heart's racing. My heart's popping out of my heart.
Tyler just tweeted, "I'm feeling Kentucky." What?
Hold on.
Oh no! What does that mean? Who's from Kentucky?
Retweet.
What's going on here?
Oh,
What does that mean?
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait. It's not official until the Woj tweet hit.
Let me find out, bro.
Chef Trilly tweets out, "Who do y'all want at Washington Wizards?" Good point.
Whoa! Rodney Magruder's going to the Pistons.
Oh,
Whoa! Not
no,
right
Whoa.
Not right now.
Hashtag free Rodney. Yo, I
Not
love
right now.
Rodney Magruder.
Not right
Shout
now.
out to
Not right
Rodney.
now. Not right now.
Heat lifer, man. Rodney McGruder.
Oh
Yeah,
God. Oh.
Never forget that preseason where he was like running pick and rolls and looking good at it. And like none of it
Preseason
translated.
Rodney?
Preseason
Was
Rodney.
preseason Ronnie better than preseason Gerald Green?
now. I was just gonna say that.
Let's not pretend we weren't all hype as hell for preseason Rodney because.
Preseason Rodney like legitimately outplayed Josh Richardson. It was
Yeah, we were like, why do we even
wait,
have Josh Richardson? What is this?
wait, hold on. He might have something here.
This is taking too long. What are they doing?
Hey, Tyler's gonna get traded for tipping the pick, huh?
Hey, bro.
Yo, what's
This
taking
might
so
actually
long?
be tricky.
Hurry
For all
up!
For all we know, that they could be picking on behalf of somebody else.
This is also
Good.
true.
Let's go
Washington?
back to Chef Trilly.
No. This guy is a heat lifer the second he is taken. All right, like let's not get
Like
honestly,
Bobo was.
Tyrese Maxey is gonna be like he's gonna be a fan favorite. Like the way he talks about like just working out like at 3 a.m. and shit. Like he's basically Jimmy Butler as a point guard.
I need a fucking drink. Kristen has the right idea. Like, my nerves are going everywhere.
He's
Yo,
about culture.
all my Chinese food is fucking freezing cold right now because of this
Good.
fucking draft. We haven't taken.
Good.
Good. I
Take
don't
that
need you
hit.
being woozy. We need you sharp because this is about to go down.
Kristen,
the
we
fortune
lost
cookie
Kristen
saying?
already. We need one of you. One of you needs
What do
to
you
be at
mean?
the top
I'm right
of your
here.
game.
What do you mean? I'm right here.
We need Chris at the top of his game.
Franky, open up your fortune cookie. Tell me what pick it is.
Yeah, Franky, open the fortune cookie quick. Hurry up. We need to know.
What does
What does it say? Hurry! Franky, quickly!
Oh, here we go. You will soon be confronted with unlimited opportunities. That's all be nothing.
Oh!
Good. That's a good one.
That literally happened.
Yes.
So they're trading.
That happened. We had so many opportunities. Wow, fortune.
Everybody's calling him.
Oh
All right,
my God.
I'm keeping this to play the line.
Punch.
The Heat are making Woj work so
Precious.
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 It's Precious.
Yes,
It's
precious.
No, I don't have the highlight package ready. No,
You just did.
no, I don't think it works. Let's see. Let's go to Precious. Nekias, talk to us about Precious.
Miami.
Ah.
All right, Nekias, Alex, what you got?
I mean, look, I'm slightly shocked, but I see where it fits. The guy defends basically 2 through 5 if you want. I mean, I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of digging it. Give it to me. 19 years old, James Johnson 2.0. Ah!
No, no.
I miss
I don't want James Johnson 2.0.
That's a good thing. You don't want James Johnson again?
I don't want any more guys throwing into the 5th row.
No, but let's talk about peak James Johnson, not
That's what
5th
I'm
row
saying.
James Johnson. Peak James
I like
Johnson.
Pete James Johnson.
That's what
When
I'm
your
saying.
first strength is energy, that's never good.
Hey, Precious, how do you say his last? I don't want to do this. How do
You're
you
never
say
going to get it right. Don't
Come
worry
on,
about
help
it.
me here.
Oh my God, Nekias, make me feel good about this pick. This is not who I wanted.
What if he's
Three
banned
stocks
2.0?
for 30 minutes. That's really good. He's really active on the defensive end. I am literally just finding this out right now.
I thought we wanted a guard to defend other guards. I thought we already had a lot of wings. What does this mean for Jay Crowder?
Can he play center?
I hope not. He's really small. He's like 6'9".
So
We already have a small guy at center.
Super athletic dude, versatile defender.
he can't shoot.
32% from 3 on the season.
What was his free throw percentage? I really don't know anything about this guy.
Talked
We
about
really-
him briefly at the end.
We are all just struggling to come up with stuff. Nekias, guide us through.
Honestly,
Nekias, bring us to the finish line. I'm despondent.
The only thing I know is that the Heat worked him out.
Is Kelly Olynyk expendable?
I mean, he's a shooter, no. I mean, the upside there is just the athleticism and the defensive utility. They have to like that he can switch out, can run the floor. That's about all I got for you.
Kevin O'Connor says, "My goodness, nobody hustles harder than Precious." I can't remember his last name. Feels destined he'd go to the Heat. Him and Ban are going to be best friends.
God, we joked about just the scouting to send loose ball fill to Pat Riley, and that's who he was going to draft, and we spoke that shit into existence. Alex, what you got? I see you shaking your head. You're not happy.
No, I actually am. I don't hate it. I mean, I'm just more so shocked because I wasn't really thinking that was going to be the pick. But I could see where they value his defensive mindset, the long-term potential. I'm just more so caught off guard, but it's not that I dislike it. He's got to get in Miami Heat shape, though. I'll say that. But
he is James Johnson.
He really is James Johnson.
I miss James Johnson. I think I'm alone in this, clearly, but whatever. Like,
I really do like it, though. I think long term, I could absolutely see this guy being a player for us. I might have said James Johnson as the comp, and I do think that's a good comp. But I'll also say I kind of get a little bit of some Brian Grant vibes from him.
Is it the cornrows?
yeah, I was to say, is it the hair?
Maybe.
Because I get it.
Cornrows.
That and the hustle.
It reminds me a lot.
That and the hustle. Good
Similar
save.
build. He was what, 6'8"? Grant was 6'8"?
21.
Nekias, hold on, wait.
No,
Let's
he
talk
was
through this.
6'9" too.
Let's
It's
talk
perfect
through this
fit.
together. What you got? I heard that deep sigh.
I
have some interesting stuff.
Okay.
So ESPN has a physical comps like setting on all their picks that are like in the first round, and the 3 physical comps that they have for Precious. First is Amari Stoudemire.
Okay.
Second is Tristan Thompson, and third is Bam Adebayo.
Okay.
So
One of those names is not like the others.
Yeah.
right now, well, he has a 7'2" wingspan. Bam's wingspan 7'2" and 3/4, so pretty much similar.
And the Sixers get
Precious
next.
is 2/4 of an inch smaller than Bam. Is Precious? Precious is 21, so he's older than when Bam declared, obviously. And then Precious is 234 listed weight. Bam's 243, so they're pretty close.
Maxi.
I
to
could see why they
Philadelphia.
kind of like him.
Maxi.
I mean, so Nick, like, my thing is, that's fine if he's going to be your backup big, but you didn't get much bigger. And if you were the Heat and you really wanted to target a guy like Millsap in free agency, if Gallinari's not going to be available, because like most of the really good guys are going to be like kind of those centers, Baines, Millsap, the guys like the Tristan Thompson's also like available right now. So, the guys that I most wanted in the offseason was Gallo and Millsap, and now, you draft a guy to fix that. Where are you going to go in the offseason? If you're going to go that small as your backup center, I don't think it resolves a lot of your size issues. I don't really think it was a big deal, but if they were going to get a guy to back up Bam, I would have hoped it's somebody big like Aaron Baines. I don't know how you'll feel about that.
It sounds like, assuming that the Heat keep the pick, I guess they're going to commit to being more of a switch defense, which I guess makes sense within like a playoff context. So if you're looking at it that way, then I guess Precious makes sense. I mean, he is a hard worker, again, very versatile defender, really good rebounder. The Heat were kind of struggling in the postseason last year when Bam went to the bench. They played Andre at the 5 a lot. Kelly Olynyk's minutes got very spotty. We didn't see any of Myers Leonard. So if they were looking at having a guy that can maintain those switching principles in a playoff setting, then I understand the pick within that lens.
So Philly
But
took
also
Maxey,
Maxi's
which
on
is
the yeah.
Philly just took Maxey, which is funny because that just means that they have another guard who doesn't shoot.
Kevin O'Connor is tweeting saying that Precious to Miami is his favorite prospect / team fit so far of the draft. He's the perfect stylistic match. He plays so hard, brings versatility on both ends.
Oh, I
Miami's
was watching him just crash and pound the boards at the same time. He's doing the both of them.
Miami's player development system should help him improve his flaws.
Okay.
I guess it's not an exciting pick because it's a little bit redundant. You know, it was not like a big position in need for them. I guess this is just what they felt was best, like team fit plus player available type thing. I don't think it was.
We're gonna
really...
find out in his workout that he shot the lights out. That's what's gonna happen.
If he can
if he's good,
defend the rim, he's worth it because that's one of the biggest things that's troubling the Heat right now.
So, Fran Fraschilla told Barry Jackson about Precious. If he falls to 20, it's a steal. He has Miami Heat written all over him. He wants to be Kawhi. He would love to show everyone he can shoot it from outside, and he may be able to do that eventually. High-level NBA athlete.
Eventually, that's the key word. They all want to do it. Everybody wants to be Kawhi.
Bro, his name is Precious. Like, we are this is a jackpot right here.
Eric
like,
Reed's gonna have a field day with this one.
Oh, dude, he is in the
That's
lab right
Precious.
now, just stirring
Kaboom.
the cauldron of just like whatever he's gonna be calling him. It's gonna be amazing.
I mean,
Al's
just
favorite
based
player.
off names, we won the draft.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Can you
Right?
get Alpha
Name
Precious
/
jersey?
announcer combination, absolutely won that. I mean, we're just sad that Tony can't be here to call him Precious.
Get him on a.
We gotta have Tony on to give draft analysis.
Get him on the pod.
Let's get him on the pod to kind of create sound bites for us. Michael B yelling Precious, that's gonna sound fun. Nekias, how do you feel about Precious and Bam playing together?
No.
That was quick.
Yeah, that's not a thing that can happen right now. Again, Precious isn't a shooter. Bam isn't a shooter yet. Even if I guess the only way it really works is in like semi-transition type deals where you have Bam grabbing a rebound, pushing, and you have Precious run the floor and getting those quick steals. He can do that. Physical guy, has solid touch around the rim, so you can see those quick duck in opportunities. As far as half court, I don't really see it.
Here's an important factor here. Precious has two brothers that we know of. One brother's name is God's Gift, and the other one is God's Will.
I wish
how
we had
can
God's
you
will.
go against this?
Wait.
We're talking like 10 straight years of titles. You can't go against God's will.
That is actual, like, those are actual names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Fez,
family's so fucking crazy.
friend of the podcast, Fez, tweeted, saw this guy block 3 shots and keep them all in bounds in one highlight reel. Sold.
Yeah. What else do you need to see? Heat lifer. Right then and there.
Alonzo Mourning 2.0.
Honestly, like, you know, the more we're hearing about him, the shit makes sense. He sounds like one of theirs.
How did we not peg this from the beginning? So
This is
Yeah, he
like,
sounds like the blocking in bounds. I mean, Alex, before you and Nekias came on, I mean, I forgot who made the joke. It's like, you know, to get Riley to draft the guy, you just have to create a package of diving on loose balls, and he's Riley sold. It sounds like this is what this
pretty
was.
accurate.
Yo, saw a clip of him hitting a corner 3, and that stroke looks smooth. Let's get hype.
Chris, can you get his points per possession on spot ups?
Here we go.
On spot ups, I will get you whatever you want, Gian.
Let's go. I want 2 things. I want his points per possession as a
Hey,
pick and
hold
roll dive man, and his percentage and his PPP spotting up.
According to NBA.com/stats, he shot 46% from 3, the right corner, and
I like that.
38% from the right wing.
All right.
Let's not talk about the other side.
But
Hold on,
Miami,
wait,
but
who did he play
Franky,
for?
the thing with Miami's
Memphis.
big man
Wait, the
is that they don't stand in corners. They operate off handoffs, you know,
Hey.
up top. So
Greg says, I'm glad it wasn't Vernon Carey, to be honest.
I mean, they can
I'm
still
kinda
buy.
with
Well,
him.
I guess that kind of
There's
eliminates the
still
Vernon Carey
time,
pick,
bro.
right?
Still time.
Well, I mean, will they draft? Will they buy a 2nd round pick for Vernon Carey? I mean, if they already drafted a big man.
I mean, at this rate, I want to see them get back into the draft to get a guard. Like,
Hey, we haven't talked about Tyler Hero having a source in the Heat.
Okay, no, but I think this is
Yeah,
interesting.
that's
Like,
a great point, Frankie. Shit, we just glossed over that. Hold on.
oh yeah, no, that's a good point actually.
I
Yeah,
mean, maybe he's got a better fielder in Washington. I mean, what?
Did Tyler Hero get burned on a source? You know what that's like. Honestly, like the pick makes sense. I mean, it's I can't be that excited for it because it seems like it's more of a long game type thing. And again, it's like I don't know. It's
Yeah,
tough to be excited.
But Gianni, what's the long game for you? Is it 3 years? Because it took 3 years for Bam to become an all-star. So
I just wanted them. I wanted them to have someone that I knew was going to contribute in a significant way this year and next year. I just think there's a lot of overlap with Bam. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what it could remind me of? We could have a Gortat Dwight Howard situation, right? Where you have a really good backup that you're not going to be able to keep, right? Because the skill sets are too redundant, and you're going to have, clearly the backup is going to be a guy that's going to get paid because he's so good, especially when you already have a guy like that. It's a bit weird to me. You know what I mean?
So keep him on a rookie contract and keep him. Just play him as much as you can so he can't pay him.
Yeah,
we're packaging him to Washington.
Or you trade him.
He's got a future Houston Rocket, Precious Achiuwa.
Somebody joked that Maxi's going to be a Rocket in 3 months. Daryl's going to flip him. That's a really good pick for Philly. I know that the fit's not good because of the shooting, but I mean that's a really good.
Precious right there.
I mean, I will say that this pick, I think, does kind of minimize the Heat's need for somebody like Paul Millsap. I think this does kind of change what their priorities would be. Like Nekias was saying before, I think they need to go after a guard, most likely, in free agency. Obviously, Goran is, I would hope, is almost guaranteed to come back, but they might want to look at another.
Yeah, Chad's making a good point. This is bad for Chris Silva, right?
Oh yeah, this is a clear sign that they do not have a lot of stock in
This might be bad for KZ too.
No, KZ.
I don't think that affects KZ.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
no.
a big wing?
Like,
Not
I
a
don't
wing though. I think.
like Precious isn't a wing. Is my
They're slotting
but
him
he's
in
like a
as like a
4,
future
5.
5. No, he's a 5, I think, in how they're trying to envision him. I think they're hoping that Bam can eventually shoot.
God, I don't believe in Bam shooting at all, especially his unwillingness to take it.
I mean, I don't think the little jump shot looks great yet. Like that little 10-footer, it's not reliable enough for me yet, and that's fine. Like I don't think I think if he ends up, if the high side is what Embiid shoots, I think you take that if you're him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a low 30s. As long as it's just a threat, as long as he'll take them, and they kind of go in sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. I guess. Huh?
He has a decent looking form.
Oh, so
Honestly,
does Bam.
No, I know, and I mean, like,
I'd see the upside.
Brian, so did Dwayne Wade.
but like, look at what he did in the playoffs. He was making 6 free throws a game in the playoffs at 78%. Like, if he can get to a point where he's making 75 to 80% of his free throws, that's the sign of a good shooter. Like, there's no reason to not experiment with that and really put possessions in his hands, especially in the regular season where he's taking reps, behind the arc.
Oh yeah, and he's gonna have open looks for days on this.
I was talking Precious.
Alex, how do you feel about Precious kind of doing some handoff stuff? So if he's coming off Miami's bench, how do you feel about him being the big man, on the handoff side of things?
I think that's something that he can develop. I don't know if I saw enough of it, with his time in Memphis to say that that's a skill set that he's walking in with already. But that's clearly an important part of the Heat offense. So that's something that they're going to be drilling, especially. The problem with Precious, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm really starting to digest the pick, it's more so I'm just concerned with the lack of training camp and summer league for a player like this. I mean, I would say that about any rookie, but especially one like this, where I feel like it's just going to be a very specific role that we're going to be focusing on for his first year. And that's just purely being a defensive presence.
So Chad just says Precious's Twitter bio is culture. His bio is only the violent will survive.
Oh my God! Please
take everything back. He's a Hall of Famer.
That's the name of the pod today. If only the violent will survive.
God, this guy is my favorite NBA player now.
Never mind. I'm in on the Twitter bio.
So goddamn it.
Only the violent will survive. That is incredible. That is culture right there. You're right, Chad. Thank you so much. Oh my God,
that's incredible.
Hey,
oh my God.
All the Hispanic Heat fans can call him Precioso.
Oh my God, I love it. Put it on a t-shirt, core culture.
Precioso.
Let's go, Christian. Let's pump out some Precioso t-shirts.
No,
let's do it.
We need that merch. We need
in
it.
the Fabuloso text.
Oh, that's
Idea. We'll get on this as soon as it's over.
No,
Don't you dare steal this.
I can't
5
remember.
reasons.
Edit this out the pod, Brian. Edit this out the pod, Brian.
Can't forget that.
Brian editing podcast. Brian hasn't edited a podcast since the Milwaukee series.
Oh man, this is gonna be great.
Oh my god, this is a great. I'm suddenly in on him. I was out on him. Now I'm in on him. This is culture. That we always do this every draft. We hate the guy. We're not happy with the guy. We kind of talk, and then by the end of the show, we talk. Christian, you're always the one that talked us into it. You start looking at film. You're like, oh, Tyler, 1.5 PPP on pick.
I found that stat last year that Tyler Hero was like as good of a shooter off the dribble as Steph Curry. You know, all you need is a little nugget to give you some hope. You know what I mean?
So hold on, but did you find my numbers on Spot Up and Roll Man?
Oh no, actually, I don't have access to the NCAA synergy. Nekias, do you have access to it?
I don't think I have college synergy is my issue. I could probably.
I can find those two things. I mean, because I think that's important to know. I think, you know, especially as a roll man, you know, with playing with Goran, you know, if he's going to come off the bench, you know, you figure that Goran's also going to come off the bench. You know, that's going to be his primary pick and roll partner. Right, so you have Goran and honestly, like Goran playing with an athletic role guy is gonna be fun. I mean, he was good with Hassan in pick and roll. He's good with Bam in pick and roll. You know, giving him a guy like that off the bench that's not Olynyk is gonna be fun. I wonder what that means for KO. I wonder if they're gonna try to play them together some. Alex makes a good point. You know, it might be a little bit until he can actually get some reps. I imagine some visits to Sioux Fall are inevitable.
There's more likely not going to be a G League year this year.
There's not going to be a G League this year?
Pretty much. This is the way it looks.
Ooh, that's actually really bad. Damn, for real?
Yeah.
That changes a lot of things. For this rookie class. That's kind of under talked about.
I think he's going to.
Huh?
I think he'll play. He might not
It's
play
tough
heavy
for me.
minutes, but I think he'll play like spot minutes. Like I think he'll pretty much take all Silva's minutes that he had last year.
I mean, Silva didn't have a lot of minutes.
Stuff like that.
I mean, think about it. Also, if they don't bring back Derrick Jones, that's another player that he can also get minutes from.
Christian tweeting out, only the violent will survive out of context.
I'm getting that tattooed on my goddamn forehead. I'm gonna put that on my body somewhere. Like I don't know why. I think it's the beer, but
That's going right there.
I now have a deep, like visceral connection to him.
I mean, that picks in. I mean, that finally. So I guess, are there any other guys? I guess I should change the big board because we have no more big board. I'll leave it. Whatever.
There's no Bobo for us to.
There's no Bobo
in the second round.
Oh man, Bobo! That was what an experience Bobo was.
Oh my god, that probably hurt more than the Tyler pick at the time. Oh,
Christian was so mad.
Wait a minute.
That hurt me more than the.
Because you know why I was mad, Gianni? Because like it's enough to not take Bobo. Like that's already hurtful. But to like put it out there, like with your name on it, that you're taking Bobo and then you trade him away within seconds. We couldn't even enjoy it. I enjoyed it for like 20 seconds. 20 seconds, Gianni. We could have had Bobo.
Could have had Bobo. We wouldn't have needed this guy. We didn't need a Precious. We would have had Bobo as the center of the future.
Why do you gotta put me in this place? I'm so happy about Precious. Can we talk about Precious?
Alex, so far through the first round, who do you think has really made away with it? You know, kind of a surprise winner. You know, obviously the top 5 teams or whatever, you know, they're going to obviously get but you know, outside of the top 5 teams, like who did you think really made, you know, really got lucky, really got a really good pick that's going to really help them?
I mean, my favorite pick of the draft is Saddiq Bey at 19. I don't understand how he fell there. Pistons. I mean, the Pistons, credit to them, that they had a great night. And in terms of just a value pick and just, I mean, Saddiq Bey at 19 for me is just, I did not see that coming.
The Knicks took.
Oh, so they're not even going to get him. Okay.
What'd you say, Nekias?
Well, see, I was
No, it's the
literally
Minnesota.
I was literally about to give the Knicks some praise for making a good pick with Leandro Barmore, and they're trading to Minnesota, so never mind.
Yeah, they were quick to do that.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah, I was about.
they couldn't do something good. It goes against their nature.
The
They
Knicks
did have that one pick, that one Porzingis pick that was good, which then they flipped for nothing. They flipped for a bunch of bad picks. That's a disaster. I mean, we don't talk about disaster trades a lot. I mean, they literally gave up I don't want to call him a generational talent, but a really, really good all-star level player for a bunch of bad first-round picks from a team that's going to be contending for the next 10 years. Like, listen, it could be worse, Heat fans.
And then they didn't even offer KD the max.
That's why I forgot about that. So kind of wrapping things up. First round's almost over. Heat got their man. It doesn't look like the Heat are buying into the second round. Franky, kind of curious, last couple things. How do you feel about, this Precious and Olynyk pairing? Because if they don't move off either of Guy, the two are going to play, some time together in the front court. How do you feel about that marriage?
I like it. We know Kelly's very skilled and can play on the perimeter, ease things up for Precious. It made Bam's role early on in his career very easy, very fluid. Kelly can handle all the DHOs while Precious looks to set screens off the ball. He's a big guy, big frame, can set good screens, look for slips, look for dive-ins, big wingspan. Kelly's I'm not in a rush to trade Kelly, like a lot of people are, but so Kelly and Precious would make a nice little
Breaking news. Chat says that Precious follows OANN.
Oh,
God.
No.
Yes,
Oh,
the
no.
drama.
Oh no, Nekias'
Hey,
Facebook.
hold on. Well, pause. Time out for a second. Just quick pause. All right. I follow OANN, but it's because I hate watch things. Maybe he's a hate watcher. That's
What about
very
Newsmax?
normal.
What's Newsmax?
Okay.
So,
Okay, if he follows like Gateway Pundit or like Breitbart, okay, we'll have a conversation.
okay, so two things. RJ Barrett is being traded to Denver, and
Whoa.
oh, I'm sorry, RJ Hampton. My bad. See,
That's a big difference.
okay. It's
We almost had a whole other hour of content.
The Pelicans are drafting RJ Hampton and trading him to Denver, which is interesting. Get another guard and get downhill for him. And also, Chris Haynes is reporting that the fear is that Golden State star Klay Thompson has suffered a significant Achilles injury. So that ain't great. My apologies for alarm.
No, I mean, thank you for updating on that.
Precious also follows Trump.
Wait for real.
So are we out on this pick? I feel like I
Wait,
am.
he follows
Yeah.
Trump? No way.
He follows Trump, Fox News,
Oh no.
I'm
Again,
going through his likes. Oh no.
GOP.
things.
Oh
Oh God, he follows the GOP. That account sucks. That account literally just sucks.
And it's not. He doesn't follow the other, anything on the other side to like balance it out.
Oh, I didn't
No.
want to discover
Yeah.
this. This is like people.
no. We
Thanks,
gotta bring the
Right,
news to
okay.
the people.
All right, everybody, just stop watching. You don't want to see this.
He's a bootstrap guy. Oh god. Okay.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, what?
So
Very cool.
we're trading those draft rights then. I mean, I would assume.
Did
We
the
can't
Heat
do that.
just draft their way into a Jonathan Isaac situation
Oh man, that's funny.
without the upside?
A text from a friend. Newsmax is the insane network everyone is going to because Fox News is too liberal.
Well,
Oh no!
yeah.
Oh my God. We
Say it ain't so! Say it ain't so!
Oh no.
Oh my god!
Say it
I
ain't,
mean, is
but
there
I
any
feel
way that
so-
we can pair him with Gordon Hayward in Atlanta? I'm sure that's where he wants to be.
I'm pretty sure we did this with Tyler Hero the night of the draft. Also,
We
I'm
did
like
not.
90%.
Not this
sure.
way.
No.
Well, we did the
other
is
way.
MAGA question. I'm
we
pretty
did,
sure
we did this the other way.
Damn,
We were
so they
wrong.
already found stuff.
Wow.
Well, this
I'm-
didn't take long, huh?
Yeah, I'm going through his account. I'm gonna start scrolling. I'm gonna doom scroll.
I'm just going through the likes. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see like what is this unethical? This is draft research. This is draft coverage. This is what you come for.
Doing some background, He falls to the part.
We gotta know the characters that the guy are gonna get through. Oof.
Oh, he tweeted the just empty picture frame for Blackout Tuesday.
Okay.
All right, that's
bare minimum.
Yeah, right.
So far in the likes, there's been nothing about a rigged election, so that's good.
Oh, he likes Casa de Papel.
Oh, okay, that's a good thing.
I think that's a good thing. Like,
yeah,
that's a good
one
thing,
in the
right?
good thing column.
He likes Casa de Papel.
Also, you know Spanish.
Maybe a little bit. No, he's probably watching it in English on Netflix.
Okay,
Yeah.
half a
Real
point.
quick, I want to give a
It's
shout
better
out
in
to
Spanish,
King.
though. It definitely is.
Want to give a shout out to King Barros 89. Thanks for the Prime sub. Really appreciate you.
You've said that a few times. Is that like a sponsor or something?
No, Prime subs when people like give an Amazon Prime subscription.
Oh,
to
I'm
your
still learning.
Twitch
Oh, yeah,
account.
I'm still learning the Twitch stuff.
So it's
my
not a
bad.
sandwich.
My bad, guys.
Right.
I'm new to
I thought
this.
it was a sandwich at first too.
You're new to this.
It sounds like a sandwich, right?
That's what I thought it was.
So the likes are clean. The likes are clean. I think we're pretty good here.
Oh, OKC.
OKC's taking Emmanuel quickly out of Kentucky.
Okay, well, now I'm disappointed. That was the only player I really, really wanted if we could get into the second round. I knew he would go first round, though.
Hey,
Chat saying that he
Precious-
follows CNN, so he's at least not too out there. AC3R6 says, AC3R6 is he beat Stream Lifer. Like, thanks so much. You're here all the time. We really appreciate that.
I gotta say though, there's not too much stuff here that's really causing me concern. But then again, usually with these new kids, it's like they find tweets from like 2014 when they were like in 6th grade and they tweet some dumbass shit. Like, I'm not going back that far. I'm in 2019 though.
Yeah, I'm in 2019 too. He doesn't have that.
We're both just scrolling
No, that's
through
good.
his timeline.
You gotta stay in the sweet spot.
Yeah, he's only got 277 tweets.
Okay,
Smart
a
man.
year ago during free agency, he tweeted, "I love the NBA and especially free agency." He's a pretty normal guy. Like, it's pretty normal.
Apparently,
He
Iguodala
went
tweeted
to
out,
high-
"Your mama
he went
is
to-
P."
He went to
Oh, he's an
Moderna
Avatar:
Academy.
The Last Airbender fan. We like that. Okay.
I'm telling you, I think we're finding more positives than negatives.
Okay, I've talked myself out of the OANN. The Newsweek. I mean, not really. Listen, Nekias, I'm just trying to give positive spin for the audience. I don't know what to say. The at GOP follow is pretty damning. I don't really know what else to say. Shocker.
It ain't great. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Is the GOP thing like double down and bet on yourself when he becomes in their tax bracket? Is that what that is?
I mean, that one's a bit of a red flag for me because like I love to hate watch, but GOP account sucks.
Like, there's nothing interesting going on over there.
You got to be invested to follow the GOP.
Right?
Exactly.
Come on.
I don't.
Fuck.
Well, I'm trying to
I
see
don't
what it
even let that account like float down the timeline. Like, I don't. All those are like muted or blocked. I don't want to.
Republicans don't even like that account. It's too vanilla.
That's what yeah. Okay.
Oh my god! Wow, what a shock of the night! Truly, the shock of the night.
We were gonna
Roller
find a way to
coaster
check
of
the-
emotion.
Yeah, absolute roller coaster of emotion. Did we lose Frankie? I think we lost Frankie.
I think he went to go eat his Chinese food.
He let go
Frankie
of the
went-
rope.
Frankie let go of the rope. Frankie went to go eat his Chinese food.
So how are we feeling? Do we feel like the Heat are done tonight? Is there any chance that they could be dangling Kendrick Nunn to possibly get back into this draft? I feel like nobody wants to get into this draft, right?
There's players I like.
There are still solid point guards available. So Malachi Flynn is on the board, is he not?
Yeah, that's primarily
mean-
who I'm thinking of.
did you guys see the video of RJ Hampton getting drafted by the Bucks and then realizing that he got traded, so his family took the hat out of his hand and threw it away?
Oh no.
No.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, I need
And
that.
then someone goes looking like prime Bogdanovic.
Oh no. Bucks legend.
I was like, oh man, too soon. Oh my god, yeah. So I don't see the Heat. I don't know. I was just gonna kind of wait a couple more minutes to see if anything came up with Miami. To see if they, we're almost done with the first round to see if they were gonna buy a second round pick or whatever. But if anything, we can come back live. A couple of us can come back and we can give you reaction live. But I think that's it for the night. Alex, do you want any final words on what was quite an eventful night? Roller coaster of a last half for sure.
I'll say it was definitely a surprising night. I see where the upside is. I'm good with the pick. It's just I'm still trying to wrap I will say the stuff that we discovered there at the end has kind of tempered my excitement for it a little bit. Especially with Emmanuel quickly going off the board and Malachi Flynn still being available. But, let's welcome Precious to Miami. And I do think that he's going to be an exciting player to watch.
Bienvenido a Miami, Papo.
He'll fit right in Hialeah. Nekias, do you have any final thoughts on the draft?
A fine pick, a little underwhelming within the context of who was left on the board for me personally. But I understand the thinking of the pick. There is a clear fit. He got to unfollow some accounts though.
To me, that's like, please just go in.
My brother, you can't. So yeah, we'll see.
It's shocking. I mean, honestly, the most shocking development of the night was that. Shout out to chat for finding that out. Brian, what you got for us on the way out?
I'm looking to see if there's anything out there. I thought maybe he was a political science major or something, just trying to see what his major was.
Brian's fucking out here finding every angle.
He actually
a basketball major. All right?
He was in women's studies.
Is that what it was?
Christian, what you got? Any final thoughts?
I had a lot of fun. I'm so glad I did not make any pronunciations. Like, this is like sticking a knife in and twisting it like I did last year. I don't even remember saying that, but yet I did. I think we have to trust the Heat, and I'm excited to see how he looks in Summer League. No, wait, I'm sorry. I guess probably maybe third regular season game. Maybe we'll see
preseason game number 3.
This is all happening very fast. We'll see him very soon.
Preseason game number 3. Thank you everybody who's come to the Twitch stream. Remember, if you're listening and you want to be in on this, or you're watching on YouTube and you want to be in on this is twitch.tv/MIAHeatbeat. Follow our Twitter account at MIAHeatbeat and our Instagram account also at MIAHeatbeat for updates on when we're doing streams, or just subscribe. What are you not doing? Subscribe to the channel so you can get notified on when we are streaming. During the season, we're going to be doing a game of the week, so we're going to be doing a post-game live stream, and we may even do some regular live podcasts. We're going to see the kind of audience interest of that. Obviously, the live mailbags, all that good stuff from myself, Alex, Christian, Nekias, Brian. Thank you so much to everybody who came today. It was a lot of fun. I'm so thankful. Brian, before I sign off, you're smiling, you're holding your phone up, which means you have something to say.
I emoji. Wizards reportedly had strong interest in Precious ahead of NBA draft.
Okay.
Seth truly was right! Seth truly was right!